WKTI and WKTI-HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Wisconsin sports without a filter.
What you talking about Father Time? What?
Kyle Wallace.
Winning is the only thing that actually does matter.
Ben Brust.
So they can't execute the way they want to play offensively.
This is Kyle and Brust.
Did you call us idiots?
Yeah.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
Away we go on the Thursday edition, Kyle and Brust. Kyle and Strouf with you today. Michelob Ultra has us broadcasting from Zócalo today. Stop by 630 South 6th Street here in Milwaukee. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Social House Menominee Falls, Nomad World Pub in Milwaukee, and Maxwell's in Cedarburg. It's your big day. You've been wearing your soccer jerseys all week. Here we go.
Big day. Today we have Neymar. Is a legendary soccer player from Brazil. Hopefully he gets healthy again, but when he played for Santos FC before he became a world superstar. But it is all USA, USA, USA. But I must say, they just did the Mexican national anthem, and we're here at Zócalo, whatever you want to call it. And after they got done with the national anthem, they said, Viva la Mexico! And it got me all excited. Now I'm cheering for Team Mexico to beat South Africa today.
So I actually, in front of me,
maybe.
I believe an intern of ours prepared notes for us. Did you know
wow.
this?
No, I did not.
I saw this when I sat down. It's incredible. So he wrote Mexico versus South Africa, which is your first match in the World Cup 26 here in Group A. Wrote, opening match of the World Cup, Mexican fans known to be wild and passionate, so the atmosphere should be incredible.
It is going to be an incredible atmosphere because I told when we walked in, what I tell you, I said, Mexico, they don't play. They don't play about their soccer team.
This because he's inserting opinions in this. I think Mexico's goal in this World Cup is to show that they can make a deeper run than they have in recent tournaments.
Won't happen this year, but they have Mexico.
Have you studied up?
Mexico.
Am I missing something?
No, I mean, I not like I used to, but Mexico, they're not as good as they were in the past. But also, they've made deeper runs than the U.S. has. They've been good. They've been a good team for a long time.
World Cup expert Kyle Wallace, Alex Strouf with you. We are live at Zócalo in downtown Milwaukee. It is action-packed here. There is hundreds of people outside. There's an outdoor bar tonight until 9 p.m. The Mexico match about to begin against South Africa, as I mentioned, the kickoff to the World Cup 26. Live music coming up after this match as well, beginning at 4 o'clock, going until 6. And Korea Republic and Czech Republic will be your nightcap tonight, beginning at 9 p.m. So plenty of action, plenty to get to here at Zócalo in Milwaukee. An awesome location, all the food trucks around us. And we will be here with you until 5 o'clock in Milwaukee and across ESPN Wisconsin. So, Kyle, Packers minicamp in the books.
Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Guys are jetting out.
Not all of them, because the rookies will stay through next week. More rookie camp coming up next week, but most of them will be out as Packers minicamp just within the last hour coming to a close up in Green Bay. And you know what comes with minicamp, Kyle?
What comes with minicamp, Strouf?
Special guest appearances.
Oh, that is true. That is so true.
Special guest appearances. Today, none other than former ashamed LSU coach Bryan Kelly.
Shamed?
I mean, he got fired.
I mean, because you get fired doesn't mean you're shamed. But good old Bryan Kelly. Oh,
that's why Lane Kiffin's in Baton Rouge now.
I was just like Bryan Kelly from, I'm sure he's from Louisiana, the way he did his intro conference talking country. So
you're right. Well, here's the thing. I have news for people that are Packers fans, right? I think there's two groups of Packers fans these days here on June 11th, 2026. I think you and I fall into one category. We're Matt LaFleur believers, right? We believe that Matt LaFleur acknowledges a year ago was not his best year. And that this year he's going to come and rejuvenate. He's going to fix the offense. He's going to bring this newfound passion for play calling. And he's going to change how he does things, whether that be time management, whether that be putting the ball in Jordan Love's hands more, etc. You and I still believe in Matt LaFleur. Is that fair to say?
I'm a firm believer in Matt LaFleur being the coach.
I agree with you. I wanted him to stay. I still believe he can be the guy that leads the Packers to a Super Bowl as soon as this season. And I'm a believer in Matt LaFleur. But there is another group of people. I would say the Ben Brusts of the world.
Oh, yeah, Benny
The
Brust.
Josh Edemaggio is our buddy from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy in the morning, 7 to 9 on
head on
ESPN
a
Milwaukee.
stick.
That are not believers in Matt LaFleur. They think he's soft. They think he isn't the guy that will ultimately bring the Green Bay Packers to a Super Bowl. And unfortunately, I think I have to give a point to that group today.
Why is that?
After Brian Kelly visits Green Bay.
Why is Brian Kelly, a guy who's won the national championship, hasn't he?
Did he win one at Notre Dame?
No, he didn't win the national championship. He's just been a really good coach. He's won the national championship in Division II at Grand Valley State.
But I want you to remember a story that came to light a few years back. It was Robert Saleh, the longtime best friend and colleague of Matt LaFleur's. Robert Saleh, a guy who visited a couple seasons ago and helped out the Packers in a consultant role. But Matt LaFleur and Robert Saleh were grad assistants at the same time at Central Michigan under
Brian Kelly, fire up chips. That's my school.
I know it is. That's where you got your master's degree. But a story came to light a few years ago that Matt LaFleur and Robert Saleh were invited to a big party Brian Kelly was throwing.
Oh, yes, I've heard.
And they're like, oh, this is our big break. We're going to be able to, hang out with guys that are head coaches across the country. We're going to be able to kick it and gain some experience and gain some nuggets from these really smart individuals. And Kyle, what did Brian Kelly end up having Matt LaFleur and Robert Saleh do all those years ago was shovel snow and park cars.
Their jobs were graduate assistants.
Robert Saleh went to the newspapers a couple of years ago and said, yeah, he's not a very good guy. He wasn't very good to us when we served under him.
He made it up the ladder for a reason. He was a driver. He definitely was a driver, driving people into the ground. And when you're a graduate assistant, you do everything. I told you, Strouf, when I was in grad school, remember I wanted to be a scout. Remember that? I told you on the story. I ended up emailing Elliot Wolf, who now is the VP of President or VP of Operations over there with the New England Patriots, and I did get a response back. But I remember I did love football, and I thought about, man, maybe I should be a graduate assistant. When I saw the graduate assistants in my class exhausted from working and then having to go to class, and then after class having to go back into the locker room and do all the extra work, I said, nah, I'm good on that. I ain't got that in me. So that is your job. Your job is to do all of the stuff nobody else wants to do and do everything the head coach wants you to do because you want to work your way up the ladder.
And it obviously worked out in the favor of Robert Saleh and Matt LaFleur. But, I don't know if that's a guy you want to continue associating with.
No, obviously, though that might be one story, there is so much more that they were able to get and gather from being graduate assistants at Central Michigan. So I'm happy Brian Kelly, who I would say was a pretty accomplished coach in college football, a good football mind, is just hanging out. He's not coaching. He's not consulting with them. He's just simply hanging out, having a good time, and invited by one of his former proteges to come hang out and coach, or not coach, but hang out, talk, and hang out with Matt LaFleur's dad.
Brian Kelly, who was born and raised in Massachusetts, didn't really have an accent only a few years ago. Kyle, take a listen to this.
Of the replays of Notre Dame football, and indelibly etched in my mind, in my vision, was the great Lindsey Nelson. Talking about
Lindsey Nelson. We can cut it there. That's Brian Kelly at his Notre Dame. It doesn't matter. Okay. I'm more trying to show you a point that this guy's a fraud and maybe not somebody you want to hang around with. Matt LaFleur hanging around with, I don't know if he was talking like that today or if he was talking like this, Brian Kelly, when he was introduced at LSU way down south.
It's a great night to be a Tiger. I'm here with my family, and we are so excited to be in the great state of Louisiana, but more importantly, to be with you great fans.
But more important, the great state of Louisiana. Listen, he's playing to his crowd. He got, Strouf, you ain't never been down south before. You get around them folks down south who got that draw. I'll be talking to my cousins on the phone. Got the big wedding coming up. I'll be talking to some of my cousins from Mississippi. They'll be like, hey, Kyle, how you doing? I say, I'm good, cousin JoJo. It just gets to you. Be around.
Here, I have an idea then, right? So Brian Kelly, who just finished a 19-10 SEC record tenure at LSU after being viewed as the best hire in that cycle 5 years ago. Brian Kelly, who was an abject disaster in terms of expectations at LSU, is now hanging out at the last day of Packers minicamp, trying to give Matt LaFleur all the good lessons. I'm thinking maybe Southern Kyle can tell me why this is actually a good thing and I shouldn't view this as a negative despite all the examples I've laid out. That, yeah, if you want Matt LaFleur to be a guy who's going to be new and improved and have a backbone, I'm talking to the crowd that isn't a fan of Matt LaFleur, this probably isn't the best example to take a look at. But Southern Kyle, tell me why maybe this is a good example.
I think it's a good example because he's deciding to do, Matt LaFleur is deciding that he wants to have just people that he knows around to kind of show him exactly where he's at. He wants to be grateful, and he wants to be appreciative of the fact that Brian Kelly back in 2004, 2005 gave him an opportunity to be a graduate assistant and gave him an opportunity to start his dream of being a head coach in football, and he just wanted to bring him along and say, you know what, I thank you. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to do it, and since you helped me at my start, I want you to come around. My dad's going to be in town. I know you and my dad was cool back because, I grew up in Mount Pleasant, or he grew up in Mount Pleasant, and so just hanging out, that's what it is. That's all it is. It ain't nothing to it. Just hanging out a little bit. He ain't trying to tell him what to do. He ain't trying to coach up Josh Jacobs. He ain't going to mess around and tinker with Jordan Love.
You sure about that?
I'm positive about that. Brian Kelly don't know quarterbacks, even though he did have Jaden Daniels.
He did.
And Jaden Daniels turned out to be really good.
First year.
He turned it around. He was a Heisman. He was only there for one season, wasn't he? He came from Arizona State, and turned it on.
Mm-hmm. Turned it on.
Went from getting sacked by my little cousin in the bowl game to win the Heisman. That's big. Love little cuz. He in the league, but he ain't. I didn't think Jaden Daniels would win the Heisman, be a playoff quarterback, winning games in the NFC Championship year one. That's a span of 3 years. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want Matt LaFleur bringing around people that are failed, right? And Brian Kelly is a failure. By the way, I also didn't mention this part. Are you aware that Brian Kelly yesterday accepted a job?
As the consultant at Memphis.
He is a consultant at Memphis. However, it is an unpaid position.
Yeah,
Not that he needs the money necessarily because he's coming off of a tenure at LSU.
No,
but
he probably can't take a job getting paid out.
Oh,
Remember they tried to fire him for cause? Remember that? Oh, that was
right.
They tried to do him dirty.
And now he's just hanging out in Green Bay.
I'll be hanging out in Green Bay, too, if I had $70-something million coming to me for sitting on the sidelines. Pretty good Southern accent, right?
It was okay.
What do you mean it was
It had
okay?
good moments. It tapered off at points.
No. And Andrew Zimmel, who is our producer today, filling in for Strouf, he lived in Texas for years. You can't tell me that wasn't a pretty good Southern accent now. Told you. I tried to tell you.
It was solid.
Solid. That's solid. Better than what Strouf can do.
I'm not even going to attempt to do it because I'm not going to succeed. Kyle Wallace, Alex Strouf with you. We are live at Zócalo on South 6th Street. 636 South 6th Street in Milwaukee with our friends at Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Mexico and South Africa getting underway, and there's literally hundreds of people outside watching this game, taking it all in. The outdoor bar open until 9 p.m. tonight. We're fighting through a little bit of drizzle. I saw so many people wearing ponchos, the dedication to be out here.
Yeah.
On this Thursday as the World Cup officially gets underway.
It is so beautiful
across
out
North
here.
America.
The one thing I love about the World Cup is that get ready to cool me. When I went to Brazil for the World Cup, the one thing that I really enjoyed was, yes, going to the American parties and hanging out, but seeing all the different fans from different countries, seeing their culture, being able to mingle with them and integrate and just have a great time, it was phenomenal. And when it comes to this, specifically when it comes to Mexico, because there's a large Mexican contingency in the United States, even here in Milwaukee, just seeing people have so much pride in their country. And that's one thing I love about the Olympics, and one thing I love about the World Cup is that this is a time where everybody gets to come together and celebrate and cheer on the country that they love and the country that they're from. So it's going to be so exciting. It's cool to see Mexico here. But when Team USA kicks off tomorrow, there's going to be parties all across Milwaukee. And
we will be at Veer North tomorrow, getting ready for that one.
Yeah, we sure will be.
Going to be a great weekend as the World Cup gets underway. I'm a fraud soccer fan. I just want to pull that out. But I will tell you this. I was in Mexico for the last World Cup, which was awesome and, getting into it. But I know nothing about soccer.
Yeah, you sucked at it, too, you said. Now, I used to be a big soccer fan. I grew up playing soccer. I was pretty good. My brother played college soccer, so I grew up a pretty big soccer fan. But then once life got busy, I stopped watching. I stopped playing the game. I stopped following as much as I used to follow. So now I just follow like all the good players from the USA, and then I just know about the top players over there in Europe.
Are the USA going to be good in this? Or
no, the USA have an opportunity to probably make it to the round of 16. I wouldn't say a good opportunity, but they have an opportunity. If they get hot, they just have they have like a young team that has a little bit of experience. Because remember, the USA missed the World Cup in 2018 in Russia, so that was detrimental to the growth of the overall team.
Got it. All right. Well, we will check
all these
in
guys
on
are young.
something
goal
good just
already
happened.
for Mexico.
I would assume so.
Viva la Mexico with a goal.
We will continue to talk Packers and keep you posted on what's happening in this Mexico-South Africa game. Seems like we'll have a 1-0 lead for Mexico in the opening match of the 2026 World Cup. More from Zócalo in Milwaukee as we talk Tucker Kraft and the Packers offense. That's next. It's Kyle and Brust, ESPN Wisconsin, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust
Hi, guys. Well, you made my day, I'll tell you.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your road to the ESPN Milwaukee Open starts with one lucky phone call. Listen to On the Tee Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee for your chance to qualify. 10 listeners will each receive a randomly assigned golfer in the Memorial Tournament, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Marquette Athletics, Tony Wendorf and Associates, Events by Design, Boucher Automotive, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Loyal Family Renovations, Gruber Law Offices, and Siding Unlimited.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. You'll be surprised at how much you'll get for your trade at the Cunis Trade-Up event, happening now at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis dealerships in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. That's right. Any make, any model, any condition. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus and take advantage of great new vehicle specials from Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick. Looking for value? Shop over 3,000 pre-owned vehicles group-wide with models for every lifestyle and payments for every budget. Plus, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. The Cunis Trade-Up event is happening now. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. For a limited time only. Find your nearest location at shopcunis.com.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local Fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Brust continues. ESPN Wisconsin. Alex Strouf, your cousin sub of the day, in for Ben Brust. Andrew Zimmel in for me back at the Gruber Law offices. One Call That's All studio in downtown Milwaukee alongside Kyle Wallace. We are live from Zócalo in Milwaukee, 636 South 6th Street with our friends from Michelob Ultra. Kicking off World Cup action as Mexico and South Africa kicking things off in World Cup 26 here in North America.
And Mexico scores the first goal of the 2026 World Cup.
Did you have that prop bet or something?
No, I should have.
Okay, fair enough. I want to talk a little Tucker Kraft because he is the heartbeat of this Packers team, right? I mean, I think obviously you can make a case for Jordan Love and Micah Parsons being the two obvious ones.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like locker room temperament and the way leadership is shown vocally, Tucker Kraft's that guy.
He has been.
Think about, I think back to after that Philadelphia Eagles loss, not this past postseason, but the year prior.
Year two of Tucker Kraft.
And he pretty much just said, look, we've got to be better, right? We can make all the excuses in the world, but we're supposed to be a good team, and we just weren't a good team in that game. And, he's just continued to grow and grow and grow. And we saw what he was until he tore his ACL in early November against the Carolina Panthers. But he looked like one of the best tight ends in all of football. So Tucker Kraft asked yesterday after Packers minicamp, what do you want to prove this year in 2026 as you likely await a new contract, which could be signed as soon as this offseason? But Tucker Kraft talking about what he wants to prove starting in week one.
That's what week one's all about. That's what this – I'm not really buying into the, like, people come back off an injury and they're not the same. People come back off their injury, if you're not coming back off your injury the same, then what are you doing? Like, what were you doing your entire rehab? So I have these confines of my rehab, and my trainer and I are, I do my work and then some. So some people might not be the same, but that they don't speak for me.
Tucker Kraft, a determined fella coming off of that ACL injury, told reporters he plans to be ready to go come week one, and likely with that comes a new contract, Kyle.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one thing I love about Tucker Kraft, and all Packers fans should as well, is that mentality that he has. You kind of alluded to it, the fact after that Philadelphia Eagles game, he talked about how this team has to get better. And that is something that is absolutely right. And even now, he's talking about how this team, these guys need to work harder. These guys got to get it figured out right away. Tucker Kraft is the dog that you need to have on your team. You got to have somebody that's going to sit there and get in your face, because one thing about, and when I say get in your face, not like be a jerk, but like be motivating. Bang, say, hey, we're better than this. We got to come together. Because one thing about Jordan Love that we've learned during his tenure as he's been the starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, he's more of a reserved, laid-back leader. He's going to be more positive, more encouraging, but the level of intensity just is not him, right? Mm-hmm. You need to have that intense leader in your locker room, that spirit leader in your locker room, because you need somebody who can talk and everybody listens, but also he can talk the talk, but he can walk the walk as well. That's why having a player like Tucker Kraft and at that caliber, somebody who will get paid, who can make plays for you, who can make blocks for you, who can make catches for you, who can literally get a first down in a big moment and get everybody on that sideline and in that offense hyped up and yelling to the huddle, said, let's go. That's exactly what you need, and that's what you get from Tucker Kraft. But the mentality that he has, that is the mentality that every young athlete should have, is I am great. I am going to be healthy. I don't care what anybody else says. I've had all these different months to work my butt off to get healthy and get ready to go, and I've been determined, I've been focused, and I put all my heart into getting ready to be able to compete and be better than what I was before. That is a great mentality. That's why Tucker Kraft is the guy that you got to keep around. You got to keep him around.
Yeah, and I imagine he will. He talked about that, and we'll talk about that a little bit later as we await what we imagine will be a pretty nice contract extension for Tucker Kraft, locking up the core of this offense. So we'll get into that a bit later. But I just want to focus first on the importance of Tucker Kraft saying he's going to be ready for week one, and he's going to be ready with a vengeance, because you talked about it, both from an emotional leadership standpoint, but also just from a play standpoint. I view Tucker Kraft as the most important piece of this offense. This isn't an excuse. It's a fact. The Packers –
most important piece?
Outside of Jordan Love, of course, right? Love, of course, the most important piece. But I would say aside from Love, it's Tucker Kraft, because when you look at what happened at the Packers last season, again, I'm not making excuses. I'm stating a fact that they were decimated by injury.
They were.
And Tucker Kraft was the first domino in what felt like so many dominoes to fall in terms of what we at one point thought was a Super Bowl team.
During the season, first domino fall.
Right, correct. Because obviously we saw Micah Parsons go down a month later. Jordan Love got banged
and you start
up.
the season
Zach
without
Tom.
Christian Watson.
Right, yeah, Jaden Reed, week 2, got injured.
So, Jaden Reed was the first domino to really fall.
And Tucker Kraft is such an important piece that does everything for this offense, from blocking to catching, from being an over-the-middle threat to being just a total mismatch for whoever you put on him. I mean, he's like a George Kittle, who many view as the best tight end in football right now. He can be that ultimate weapon. I have a fun stat for you.
What is this stat?
So Christian Watson and Tucker Kraft played one full game together last season. Do you remember by chance which game that was?
I do know what game it was because unfortunately fortunately I was on a play, but I didn't get to see the second half of that football game. But yes, that was the Packers versus the Steelers.
It sure was the Packers versus the Steelers, and it was arguably Jordan Love's best game of the season, maybe outside of the playoff game. Jordan Love finished that game 29 for 37. He only threw 8 incomplete passes. He finished with 360 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. And I think if you want to nitpick Jordan Love, because I know you and I both view him as a top 10 quarterback, maybe even higher than that, and a guy who still hasn't quite reached his ceiling and his potential. But if you want to nitpick something from a really consistent and low turnover season that he lacked was 300-yard passing games.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh was one of those games, 360 yards. But listen to the stat line. The only full game that Tucker Kraft and Christian Watson played together, Kraft finished with 7 catches for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Dog.
Christian Watson finished that game with 4 catches for 85 yards.
Dog.
So we are talking about over 220 of Jordan Love's 360 passing yards were to Christian Watson and Tucker Kraft in the only full game they played together. So that is what makes Tucker Kraft just that important to this Packers offense. And that was right after Christian Watson returned for the season, for the remainder of the season. He came back in that game, and he was that effective. So when you have those two guys on the field, which hopefully will be for the foreseeable future for Green Bay's offense alongside Jordan Love, it is going to unlock so many things. So, yes, Matt LaFleur struggled with play calling. He struggled with time management. He shelled up in the third quarter, as is the Packers' entire offense, in that wild card game against Chicago. No argument for me. There was total meltdowns. The defense couldn't perform. But in the one full game that Green Bay had both Christian Watson and Tucker Kraft at Jordan Love's disposal, they were excellent.
Yeah.
It was Jordan Love's best game of the season. And now we expect Christian Watson to be healthy week 1. And now Tucker Kraft is telling us he's going to be ready week 1. If you have those guys to start the season, have no fear because Micah Parsons isn't here, because you've got Tucker Kraft and Christian Watson together on the field, which from a very limited sample size is going to lead to some success.
And that's why I'm so confident about the Green Bay Packers being really good this season. And I said if this offensive line, right, and all these guys are healthy, and offensive line can be just average, right, it would be 15 best offensive line in the NFL, this offense has the chance to easily be an elite offense, a top 5 offense, based off what you just said, because you just talked about 2 guys that they had. You didn't mention the fact that Jaden Reed, well, we talked about Jaden Reed, but you didn't have Jaden Reed. Matthew Golden really wasn't,
Matthew Golden had 3 catches for a whopping 4 yards in that game.
And he hasn't, and it looks like the utilization of Matthew Golden is going to be so different. So that's why when I said yesterday, cool, Savion Williams is doing good during minicamp. Cool, Josh Wiley looks great with that huge frame during minicamp. But there are 4 guys that I need to be fed, because when they get fed, good things happen. You just talked about the fact that Tucker Kraft had 7 for 143 and Christian Watson had 4 for like 80-some yards. That accounts for over 30% of the catches, and that accounts for over 50% of the yards coming from two guys, and that doesn't include the other 2 pass catchers that you have. So that's why I am extremely optimistic of how good this offense could be. But here's the big thing. If Tucker Kraft is ready week 1, and you know you're not going to have Michael Parsons back for the first 4 weeks, maybe for the first 8 weeks.
Yeah, it might be longer than that.
You may end up being in track meets. And in track meets, you got to have guys who could run. And guess what the Packers will have as Tucker Kraft is back? They will have their full stable of different guys out there that can be able to score with any and every team in the NFL. That's why that's why the offense is so significant, because if the offense is able to score 31 points per game while they don't have Michael Parsons, we're going to be A-OK. It's going to be on the shoulder and arm of Jordan Love to uplift his team, but there's weapons around him that make them great, and that doesn't even mention the running back that they have. So I think you're absolutely right why people should be extremely optimistic, and I think going back to that Steelers game is a good little view for people to look at, because, yes, it's only one game, but it still gives you a small sample size of what you can do in a larger grand scheme of a season.
We often give Ben Brust a hard time for words he uses over and over again.
What I use?
No, I'm going to use one.
Oh, yeah.
Bullish is a very good word to describe how I feel about this Packers passing game in 2026 because Romeo Doubs is a replaceable wide receiver. You anticipate that Matthew Golden will take up a lot of those snaps and those targets that Romeo Doubs leaves behind after he signs with the New England Patriots. And then the other two guys we've continued, or the other three guys really that we've continued to talk about are all going to be healthy to start the season.
Mm-hmm.
And Tucker Kraft, Christian Watson, and Jaden Reed.
We hope. He's still got training camp and different things. So,
right. I guess knock on wood on that one. But with Tucker Kraft, pretty much explicitly saying, yeah, I'm going to be good to go for week one. That's what week one's all about, what we heard from him just a few minutes ago. That is a huge sign for Jordan Love and the MVP campaign that he will be running all season long because, especially without Micah Parsons, so much pressure is going to fall on the back of Jordan Love in this 2026 season, Kyle. And it is a really good opportunity for him finally here in year 4 as a starter, year 7 overall, to be an MVP, to be a true MVP candidate. And if he's got all those guys at his disposal early, when Micah Parsons isn't on the field, we're talking about a different level of Jordan Love after what was a really good season for him in 25.
Yeah, no, we absolutely are. And so that's why, again, people should be extremely optimistic. That's why if you're a betting man, looking at Jordan Love's odds to win MVP might be a good look. Catch now before it gets too late because the Packers, especially to start the season, the Vikings are going to be tough, but the Packers have put up points on the Vikings before. But then when you talk about the defenses they go up after that, the next 3 games, the Packers got a good opportunity to really put up a lot of points and shy.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strouf, your cousin sub of the day in for Ben Brust. We are live from Zócalo on South 6th Street in Milwaukee with our friends from Michelob Ultra. Mexico, South Africa underway. There's literally, I've said this a few times, but I'm blown away by the sheer amount of people that are here right now, repping their green, red, and white jerseys, supporting Mexico at Zócalo. There's hundreds of people out here. It looks like we've only got a light drizzle going on, so I don't think a poncho is necessary, but it is just absolutely awesome to see how many people are out here drinking their Michelob Ultras, taking in the World Cup 26, the opening match here across North America. Are you okay over there? You have twitched.
Okay, okay. Let me just get something out there. I don't like bugs. I don't. And so the last remote we had, bugs was crawling all on my piece of paper. Now I got bugs crawling all, but I'm not a bug guy. I'm not an out guy. I'm an outside guy. I don't like bugs.
So when baby girl says, Kyle,
I kill them. I just killed a spider yesterday, but I don't like bugs. I'm not a bug guy. I hate being hot. I hate having bugs around me. I hate it. I got allergies too. So when the little mosquitoes be coming around, I start doing all that. So
I did not like that sound.
Neither does baby girl. It irritates my allergies. I don't like the bugs, and it's real humid out today.
Question coming up for you next. I have a question for you. Who is more important to the Packers offense in 2026? Is it Tucker Kraft or Christian Watson? Hit us on the Carbos Tug and text line, 800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN is your way in on the Carbos Tug and text line. Or on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. I'm curious what you think for the 2026 season. Who is more important to the Packers' offensive success? Is it Tucker Kraft or Christian Watson? We will discuss that. Coming up next, it's Kyle and Brust live from Zócalo in Milwaukee with our friends from Michelob Ultra on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're surviving Kyle and Brust.
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying?
That's 100% what you're saying. Now, I disagree.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This 4th of July, crack open something made for the red, white, and blissful. The new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack is here just in time for America's 250th birthday, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's the taste of backyard barbecues, fireworks at dusk, and long summer weekends packed into every can. This Independence Day, bring the nostalgia and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack from Carbliss. Available now at your local retailer or online at drinkcarbliss.com.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust talking about our great friends at Road America, America's national park of speed. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Conveniently located in between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch the action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get you in free with a paying adult at the gate and camp on site all weekend long. IndyCar is must-see and is coming up on June 18th through the 21st. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com to get tickets.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Father's Day is coming up on Sunday, June 21st, and let's be honest, Dad does not need another tie, another coffee mug, another World's Greatest Dad t-shirt. Get him something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at Kringle.com and send your dad his favorite flavor, like my favorite, bourbon pecan. You can even add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order. So go to Kringle.com or make the call, 800-4DANISH, and have it shipped just in time for Father's Day. Kringle.com. Racine Danish Kringles. Not just a treat, it's a tradition.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. If you're planning an annual meeting, leadership summit, product launch, or trade show, you already know the pressure is on. Events by Design takes those high-stake moments and turns them into immersive experiences that energize your audience and elevate your brand. They handle everything: designing, planning, production, ensuring your event is executed seamlessly. No stress, no scrambling, just a memorable experience that delivers. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle and Brust continues. Alex Strouf in for Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace. We are live at Zócalo in Milwaukee with our friends from Michelob Ultra, 636 South 6th Street here in Milwaukee. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Stenny's Lake Country, Maddie's in New Berlin, and Jugs Pub and Grill in Slinger. I like that. Jugs Pub and Grill. Kyle Wallace, Alex Strouf with you. Good to be here. Mexico leading South Africa 1-0. First half of World Cup action here in North America. Go ahead, yeah.
Do you remember when they had the World Cup in South Africa?
What year was that?
That was in 2002, I believe. The Vuvuzela, so it had all that, that loud noise.
Well, they still use Vuvuzelas, though.
2010.
It wasn't 2002? That was in 2010. Damn. That was 2010. You know how I know? Because my friend who's from Africa went there. But Vuvuzela, you remember that?
I remember Vuvuzelas. They
that
still
was the
use
loud
them.
noise. It was
Somebody had one here.
They hated the noise there. Damn. 2002 was where?
I don't know.
Andrew going to tell me.
So, real quick, before we get back to this question, which is who's more important, Tucker Kraft or Christian Watson, I just want to acknowledge that I'm not ignoring the fact that I watched the greatest comeback in sports ever last night.
Ever?
I've never – I mean, the only other thing I think you could put up there is 28-3, the Super Bowl, where the Patriots came back on the Falcons. But in terms of NBA, it's not even close. You've never seen anything like that, especially in an NBA Finals, given the stakes, right? It's 29-point halftime lead between the Knicks and the Spurs. And, I mean, it's just unbelievable what the Knicks did last night. And obviously OG Anunoby with the tip-in at the end of the game. It was unbelievable. I'm not ignoring that occurred because we are going to talk about it in the 4 o'clock hour. but it's just made me sad. And we will talk more about that in the 4 o'clock hour as a Milwaukee Bucks fan. But, I watched it. It was unbelievable. I turned it off. My fiance convinced me to turn it back on. And what a saint she is and a genius, because that was truly unbelievable what the Knicks did yet again, coming back in the NBA Finals Game 4, have a 3-1 series lead. And New York is going to be insane. But we'll talk about that in the 4 o'clock hour. I'm not ignoring it, but I am, because it just makes me sad. I want to go back to the Green Bay Packers, though, with Tucker Kraft and Christian Watson, because Tucker Kraft talked to reporters yesterday and talked about the idea of a contract extension after Jaden Reed and now Christian Watson, and now hopefully upcoming for Tucker Kraft. We'll get a contract extension locking all 3 of those guys in together for the foreseeable future. As Tucker Kraft says, yeah, we've talked about a contract extension. Here's Kraft yesterday.
I'd say my goal is I want to play for this organization my entire career. I'm spoiled to have been drafted here, and this is all I know. Green and gold is all I know. So we'd like to keep it that way. And my agent and the Packers front office, they're going to be in those talks in time when it comes. You guys will find out eventually. So
we sure will. That's Tucker Kraft, audio courtesy NBC 26 in Green Bay.
Find out eventually, huh?
Yeah, look.
Reading between the lines, eh?
He at one point said he thought he was the best tight end in football last year as well, which means he likely wants to be paid like the best tight end in football.
Okay, yeah, okay. I thought I was the best something too. But, if I ain't put it on the field for a full season, it's hard for me to.
Well, an ACL tear in November is kind of hard to come back from, but he also had a terrific season. I think he was still like 3rd in catches on the Packers roster. He missed half the season.
Listen, Tucker Kraft was a dog. He was a phenomenal just pass catcher for us, and he's a complete tight end. And I do believe that he did say he thought he is the best tight end in the NFL. When he got hurt, he thought he wasn't just the best blocking tight end, not just the best receiver. He thought he was the best all-around tight end in the NFL, and he's going to get paid based off the fact that I do believe he is one of the best. But trying to give him a contract where he's getting paid the same money that Trey McBride's getting paid, the same money that George Kittle is getting paid, I think he's going to be top 5. But I just don't see him getting $18 million a year. That would be a huge bet for the Packers, because there is risk. There's risk because sports, people get hurt all the time, and he's coming off an ACL injury, and unfortunately, that is something that's going to be held against you. Christian Watson's injury history completely different, but those type of things get held against you when you're in negotiating. So will he bet on himself and say, well, if y'all don't make me the highest paid tight end in the NFL, I'm just going to play out this season and we'll see what happens, and then franchise tag me? Or will it be, I understand that I'm coming off an ACL injury. I understand the numbers and the production that I put on the field actually when I was healthy was good, but it wasn't an elite tight end number.
I mean, it was an elite tight end
until he got hurt, right? And you can't. Again, we don't know what Tucker Kraft is going to be. Now, I feel good, but we don't know until we see it. And for me, it's hard to give somebody the top money. I'm not saying he shouldn't get paid. I believe he should be a top 5 paid tight end in the NFL.
He will be top 5.
But I don't know if I don't think he should be paid as the number 1 tight end in the NFL. But again, y'all get mad when I talk about numbers and cap space because there's so much.
Well, you heard Homer yesterday. The guaranteed money is all that matters, and I imagine that would be a high number for Tucker Kraft coming off of the ACL. Here's my thing: is I do think it gets done this offseason, because if they go and wait until the season starts and he's as productive as he was a year ago, that number's only going up.
No, it is, and that's the risk that you take. If I'm the Packers,
it's a risk they won't take.
If I'm the Packers, I'm trying to get the deal done. I've been saying the whole time. I think the perfect number for him is going to be between $14 and $16 million. I think 15 is probably that sweet spot of what he's going to get, where it makes him one of the more highly paid guys, right? He may end up getting like that T.J. Hockenson type money, but he's going to get paid.
I mean, as we've talked about before with Tucker Kraft, Kyle. I mean, it's as simple as this. I believe he is one of the best tight ends in football. He has played like one of the best tight ends in football. He's going to get paid like one of the top tight ends in football. But the other thing that we talked about a couple months ago, I know when Ben was out and you and I were talking together, we this is right after the season ended. I think it was around free agency time. And we said, how would we prioritize these offseason signings? We'd go 1 Kraft, 2 Watson, 3 Reed, right?
Yep.
And now it's happened in reverse order. Reed got done, then Watson gets done, and now it'll be Tucker Kraft, at least is what it sounds like according to the star tight end yesterday talking to reporters. But I asked the question going to break. I asked the question to you now, 800-990-3776, 800-990-ESPN on the Carbless Talk and Text line, and on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. Who's most important to the Packers' offensive success in 2026? Is it Tucker Kraft or is it Christian Watson?
Yeah, I think this one's an easy one. It's clearly Tucker Kraft. Tucker Kraft is truly such a threat for the Green Bay Packers because not only can he line up in the three-point stance, get out and beat a linebacker, he can also beat safeties. He can beat slot corners. I haven't really seen him go too much one-on-one with outside number one corners, but I believe that Tucker Kraft can compete with those guys. He just makes this offense so much more robust, not because of what type of threat he is catching the ball, route running, but also what he can do blocking, right? You know, there's so many teams that don't have guys that are threats at that tight end position who can block too. He is the complete total package. I think he's the thing that truly does complete this offense. And when I talk about priorities, listen, I was okay if the Packers decided to walk away from the negotiating table with Christian Watson if his number was too large. The Packers got to do everything they can to keep Tucker Kraft. When you have a guy that actually can be the best one at his position, you got to keep him. So I think when it comes down to it, it has to be Tucker Kraft. It's the most important guy for this offense out of those three.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strouf, and I don't often say this. I agree with Kyle Wallace.
Oh, wow. Welcome to the good side.
I'm on the good side. Now,
feel?
Here's the thing. I think they're both super critical. I talked about it last segment with that Pittsburgh game, the one game they were both healthy. It was when the Packers offense was at its best. Now, granted, Pittsburgh's pass defense was not very good last year. But Jordan Love had an excellent game, and those two guys led the way, combining for like three quarters of Love's production in that game. So when they're going to be on the field together, that is so critical to what the Packers offense will look to do. And you add in guys like Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden, this offense has the potential to be a top 5 group in the entire NFL in 2026. I think you and I firmly believe by that. But it is Tucker Kraft, because when he went down, that just started the slow burn of the Packers season turning into crap. Right, they lose the last 5 games they're in. Granted, one of them they didn't really try in. They tried it out the JV group in Week 18 against Minnesota, but it included epic meltdowns twice against Chicago, including that playoff loss. It included losing, I believe, at one point was a double-digit lead in Denver, the game you were at against the Broncos, where Micah Parsons went down, Christian Watson went down,
Zach Tom
went down.
The offensive line was putrid after that.
There were so many issues down the stretch for the Packers, but it all really started to crumble when Tucker Kraft went down. So to have all those guys on the field together will be very, very important. We will continue to talk about this throughout the show today. Tucker Kraft, Christian Watson, as Tucker Kraft continues to work on a contract extension. Christian Watson we just found out earlier this week the full details of his contract extension. He's tied up with the Packers for the next several years. More on that throughout the show today, and you can continue to get your thoughts in on Kraft and Watson, 800-990-3776. But you're going to need that number right now because it is time to play one of our favorite games.
Oh!
It is Thursday. It is 2:45. It's actually 2:47. It is 2:47 on a Thursday, which means it is time for Over-Under. Andrew Zimmel, who is filling in, producing back at the Gruber Law Offices, One Call, That's All Studio, has a list of 10 things. Kyle and I will have 10 guesses in 3 minutes to get as many right as we can. He also has an over-under line. It's going to be up to you to decide which side you're on. We'll go caller 12, caller 15. Caller 12 and caller 15, 800-990-3776. Caller 12, Zimmel will give you the category. He will give you the over-under line, and you will have your option. Are you on the over? Are you a believer in me and Kyle? Or are you a doubter? Or will you be on the under? Caller 15, you will be on the other side. Whichever side ends up coming to fruition, that person will win an ESPN Wisconsin prize pack. Again, caller 12, caller 15 at 800-990-3776. We play over-under. Coming up next, it's Kyle Brust live from Zócalo on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust.
Kyle, have you ever heard of him prior to the Packers signing him?
No.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Bryan, Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Brust.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
When your team needs custom gear, don't wing it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More is your local partner for high-quality apparel with hands-on design help and services that actually feel, well, helpful. For your business, teams, or events, Big Frog makes it easy. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon today.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker, And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Homer here for Window Nation. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn-out windows could be the culprit. Broken seals and old frames let your cool air escape, and with summer just getting started, it's only going to get hotter. Upgrade your home's windows now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows and getting half of them free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. And it's a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Book a consultation and ask how you could score a pair of Brewers tickets. Built with top quality materials, insulated glass, and precision seals, Window Nation's windows fit perfectly and lock in the air. Upgrade today and your home will stay cooler this summer and warmer when winter comes. Your home stays comfortable year-round, and you could even see lower energy bills the first month. Don't wait to put an end to your window problem. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project.
The last weekend in June, experience the excitement as the Epson Tour's rising stars compete in the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass, the ultimate fan-friendly golf event with great views and chances to meet the next generation of LPGA players. Tickets are $10 and kids get in free. June 26th through the 28th, the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass. For tournament details and to explore our premier golf destination, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
Enjoy Ozaukee County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog.
When your car or truck needs service, you should take it to a specialist. I'm Deb Cruz, president of the Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee. Adam member new car dealers have factory warranted parts, the latest diagnostic equipment, and certified manufacturer technicians. Plus, their prices are low or lower than independent shops, even on routine things like oil changes and tire service. Knowing all that, why would you ever consider going anywhere other than an Adam member dealer?
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle and Brust continues live from Zócalo in Milwaukee as the World Cup begins across North America. We're here with our friends from Michelob Ultra. I'm Alex Strouf, your cousin sub of the day, and for Ben Brust here on Kyle and Brust, which means Kyle is here. Kyle Wallace, what are you oohing at?
Somebody got.
Okay, I got it.
Somebody got something that's illegal around here.
Well, no, I think a skunk just may have run through, you know?
Oh, yeah, skunk.
Let's just roll with that one.
There's a lot of skunks around here, I guess.
Yeah, especially in downtown Milwaukee. It's a heavy skunk population down here. That's what I've heard.
Why don't they just legalize all the skunks so they can be free?
Legalize the skunks. All right.
Free the skunk.
It is time now. Well past 2:45 on a Thursday. It is time now for one of our favorite games. It is time to play Over-Under on Kyle and Brust.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over-Under.
It is time to play Over and Under. Over-Under on Kyle and Brust. Kyle and I will team up. We will have 3 minutes to get as many right of the list of 10 as we can that Andrew Zimmel created before we get to the topic and who will be our final answerer before the time begins. Let's find out who caller 12 and caller 15 were and which side they fall on, Zimmel.
Yes, so caller number 1, Strophy, is our guy Chris.
Chris has the over for you guys.
Oh, believer.
Today.
Oh. Thank you, Chris.
Yes. So
and who is on the under?
The under, we will find out here in a second. All right, so this is why we're the part-time producers trophy. All right, here is the category for you guys. So in celebration of the World Cup starting today, we are doing the 10 different teams who have played in the World Cup final. The over-under is set at 5.5. You guys ready?
So hold on.
The 10 different teams.
The 10 different teams that have most recently played in a World Cup final?
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right, Kyle, I'm going to be useless, so you're going to be the final answer.
So if you get a situation, the reason we did this is if you get a situation where, like, let's say a team like, I don't know, Zimmeltopia has played in multiple finals over the last, you would not get points for doing it Zimmeltopia twice.
Zimmeltopia, okay. I don't think that's going to be one of our answers.
It's the most recent you said, right?
Yes.
Okay, I feel good about this. What is our over-under?
5.5.
5.5. Okay, I think we can do this, Kyle. All right, we're good to go. Kyle will be our final answer in 3, 2, 1.
All right, Argentina final answer.
Yep, I agree.
France final answer. Spain final answer.
That's
Brazil
3.
final answer.
That's 4.
Germany final answer.
One more.
I feel like. All right, let me just take a deep breath here.
I could just start throwing out countries. Does that help you at all?
Yeah, you could just throw out some countries.
Okay.
Oh, Italy final answer.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's 6. So we hit the over.
You hit the over.
Congrats to Chris.
Who else? I feel like
I know nothing.
Belgium didn't make it. Did the Netherlands play in a final?
That was the country I was going to throw out.
I'm trying to. Who did? Because Germany.
You said
France,
Italy. You said Italy already.
Spain. I don't. What's his face? I don't. Portugal. I don't think. Not recently. Not recently. Well, I didn't say final answer. Oh, wait. Portugal has been in the final? Is that what you're trying to say? Is that was wrong with my thought?
Is that your final answer?
No. I mean, it wasn't. Belgium didn't make it. I feel like I'm missing. Morocco didn't make it to the final. They made it to the semifinal.
You are aware we already won, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I'm useless in this.
Think back. I mean, I don't know how far this list goes back, and my history only goes back so long to like 1998.
Well, that was the year I was born, so I won't be helpful there.
England hasn't been in the final. Yeah, I don't know, Andrew.
You want to hear the ones
All
you
right,
missed?
Well, a win's a win. Yeah, let's hear the 4 we missed.
You missed Croatia in 2018.
Oh,
the Netherlands
that was the one I was.
in 2010.
It was the Netherlands. Okay.
Good for you.
England in 1966 and Czechoslovakia in 1962.
Wait, are you saying there's only been 10 teams
I was going to
ever?
say Czechoslovakia.
Wait. Tell me. Are you saying there's only 10 teams ever that made it?
Yeah, there has only been 8 different winners.
Oh, wait, because I would have got England for sure, but I didn't know. I said I don't know how far back this list goes. Well, England, because I know they.
When was the first World Cup?
I couldn't tell you.
There's only been 8 winners.
Well, it's every 4 years.
Well, right.
And so you only have so many that happen. And there's teams that have won multiple times, like France.
Sure.
Has won multiple times.
But
Germany,
only 8 surprises
Brazil.
me. Okay, fascinating. Well, there you go. Congrats to Chris, who was on the over. He was a believer in Kyle Wallace's ball knowledge, which he is on the right side of history. I've got to be honest with you, Kyle. I was never going to call you this out loud. I was thinking it, though. I will admit it.
What?
I'm an honest guy. I think honesty is the best policy. I thought you were a little bit of a soccer fraud.
You thought I was a fraud?
Well, you've been wearing soccer jerseys all week.
You think I have a Neymar jersey for no reason?
I've never seen you wear a soccer jersey before.
Yeah, I'll go to work.
This is the first. All right. You know what? Fair point. Fair point. But this is the first time I've seen you wear a soccer jersey, and you've worn one every day this week. And I was just like, it's just a fashion choice.
No.
But you just rattled off the over in 13 seconds.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess I fully didn't understand, but I guess I didn't realize either that there's only been 10 teams to play in a final.
Football knower Wallace here on Kyle and Brust live from Zócalo.
Not like I used to be. I admit it's not like I used to be. Croatia, I forgot because I believe Lukas Modric is Croatian.
Okay, I don't know who that is. All right, we roll on. Jason Wilde coming up at 3:15 to talk all things Packers minicamp. Kyle has a wedding story. The Chicago Bears did something I like, which we will get to in the 3 o'clock hour.
Move to Indiana.
But that's actually not it, but I like that too. But something going on with the Green Bay Packers that I am officially nervous about, and I am not certain that it is going away anytime soon. We will talk about that coming up in 2 minutes. It's Kyle Brust live from Zócalo with our friends from Michelob Ultra on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Shop the Pig. The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. You'll be surprised at how much you'll get for your trade at the Cunis Trade-Up event, happening now at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis dealerships in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. That's right. Any make, any model, any condition. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus and take advantage of great new vehicle specials from Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick. Looking for value? Shop over 3,000 pre-owned vehicles group-wide with models for every lifestyle and payments for every budget. Plus, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. The Cunis Trade-Up event is happening now. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. For a limited time only. Find your nearest location at shopcunis.com.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
Gabe Neitzel here. Catch Jen, Gabe, and Chewy mornings 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
Kyle and Brust continues live from Zócalo in Milwaukee with our friends from Michelob Ultra. I'm Alex Strouf in for Ben Brust, your cousin Seb of the Day, alongside Kyle Wallace. Scratch that from the record. Kyle Football Knower Wallace. After he single-handedly just won over-under. I didn't do anything for you. The only one I knew was Argentina.
Yeah, the most recent one.
Because I know Messi won in 22.
He won his first one. You know who Diego Maradona is?
No.
He used to be a soccer player. He was a soccer player. He passed away now. But, boy, he was good. But, boy, he was a partier.
Yeah, I just know nothing about football.
You heard of Pele?
I do know Pele.
Yeah.
That's one I know. That's probably one of, the 7 I could name. So
name the 7.
I'm not going to. All right, Messi.
Yeah.
Pele,
Zoran, Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
That's exactly Ibrahimovic. Yes,
Zlatan.
Zoran is the mayor of New York. Yes, that's not who I was thinking of. But you knew who I was thinking of.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He is a Swedish hero. On the free from PSG, he cost us 6'5", hard as he gets the Reds excited. Something, we are Man United. We are Man United.
I'm impressed. Do you have a favorite Premier League team?
On what team?
Or do you have a favorite Premier League team?
I
think I got the 4. We'll call it at that.
I used to. But not
so I said it before the break, Kyle. Something's going on with the Packers that officially has me nervous. And I don't think it's changing anytime soon. And actually, this might make me nervous about 2 things.
What is that, Strouf?
This is from Rob Domofsky about 2 hours ago. He says this, not me. Yikes. At the end of the 2-minute drill, Trey Smack missed a 35-yard field goal wide left.
Uh-oh.
That's just the first part. After LaFleur decided to kick on 4th and 1 from the 17 with only 20 seconds left in a 27-24 game. So therefore, two things here. Trey Smack missed a gimme, another one, which he's been doing a lot of this week. And secondarily, LaFleur decided to kick a field goal on 4th and 1 in a 3-point game.
We're going to tie the game up.
It's 4th and 1.
But if it's 4th, what if you don't get it? You lose the game.
Yeah, I'd rather be aggressive in the scenario.
No. You kick the field goal. I mean, it all depends on what. Obviously, it depends on what the game is, what the records are, what you're playing for. But no, you kick the field goal. Now, I said I'm not going to overreact to anything during OTAs that's negative. I'm going to stay optimistic. But I will say –
This is minicamp. It's not OTAs, so you can be negative.
Okay, but the thing that I will say is that if you're doing 2-minute, 2-minute is up-tempo, it's competition. That is the whole thing about 2-minute drill is that this is a time where, especially defense, you finally get a chance to fly around there. You get to tag off, but you get to fly around, you get to compete because a lot of times the offense gets to have so much fun. But now this is time for you to make a stop. And so in the 2-minute drill, there is a certain amount of pressure because it actually is – it means something. And so when you have the score, you have the time, you have the, guys running in, clocking in and all that, there's a certain sense of urgency. So knowing that Trey Smack in this moment where it was urgency going on and knowing that this kick mean they were going to tie the game up, so it was a live game type scenario and he missed it, it's concerning. I'm not going to lie to you. It is a little concerning to think, he missed a chip shot in this practice live demonstration because in the game, the stress is going to be 1,000 times more stressful because you're talking about a crowd. You're actually talking about real results. You're talking about if I choke on this. So, I hope the kid's built right in the head. Like, that's the most important thing. I hope after practice if somebody talked to him, he said, yeah, I missed it, but, that's going to happen. I'm going to miss some, and that's what practice is for. I'm going to get right back up there. If he's sitting there upset or sad that in this 2-minute drill in practice he wasn't able to tie up the game, then I'll be a little bit nervous. But it's practice, right? And you're just going to get so many more opportunities and so many more 2-minute drills in practice. He put in these type of scenarios. We're going to have a chance to drill it and be the hero. So I just need to know how he reacted. That's the only thing that matters. He missed it. Yeah, it makes you a little bit concerned. But I want to know how he reacted to it. Did he take off his chin strap out of frustration? Was he moping around? Did he have his hands on his hip? Did he look distraught? Because at the end of the day, I want him to be upset that he missed it, but I don't want him to take it too hard because it should be all about learning because you didn't lose a game. You just got a lesson.
Well, you didn't lose a game. You lost the fake game, which tells you
Yeah,
look,
it's fake.
Here's the thing.
It's a simulation.
We've talked about this so much since the draft because the Packers obviously trade 2 seventh-round draft picks to go up and get Trey Smack in what was viewed as a weak draft. I'm not mad about the draft pick. But to do that, then release Brandon McManus, it signals right away to you, hey, look, the fact of the matter is this is Trey Smack's job. We spent the draft pick on him. He's going to be your kicker. And now he has had continuous struggles, Kyle. He hasn't had a perfect day yet, whether that be in OTAs, a rookie minicamp, now mandatory minicamp. He hasn't had a perfect day yet. He's had misses and misses and misses throughout. And this is more of a game scenario where it is a 3-point game with 20 seconds left, and he missed a 35-yard field goal wide left.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's inexcusable. I'm not making any excuses.
Now,
what I'm saying is
if you want to make the argument,
it's June.
I understand it's June, but if you want to make the argument, hey, maybe he's just better when the bright lights are on.
Oh, I
it's
don't
just
know.
not something I want to live through again. We did this with Anders Carlson just a couple of years ago.
We did.
And then after a season, they moved on from Anders Carlson. They brought in a different rookie in Braden Arvison. And what did he do after a terrific preseason?
He
missed kicks.
Yeah.
And then they had to go out and get a guy who was a total lightning rod, was dealing with allegations, and ultimately wasn't suspended from his time in Jacksonville. He comes in and was negative, apparently wasn't super well liked in the locker room.
Really? Where did you get this from?
That's been reported. And I would say the other piece of this is, Kyle, is he had a horrible game in the playoff game against Chicago. Brandon McManus did.
Oh, he lost us that game.
He called it embarrassing. He said it was the worst game of his life. And after a $1 million payday, which I know we've spent so much time talking about, the Packers ultimately release him and decide, hey, it's going to be Trey Smack versus Lucas Havrasik. And we did the kicking update yesterday with Havrasik having a really nice day and Rob Demovsky saying, if this is a true kicking competition, spoiler alert, it's not, that Havrasik should well be in it. But you and I both are smart enough to know Brian Gutekunst's habits and the Green Bay Packers' habits. They spent draft capital to move up and spend a draft pick on a kicker.
In a draft that they didn't have a lot of picks in, too.
He's going to be the kicker in 2026, at least to start the season, unless things go awfully awry come training camp and the preseason. Then maybe if he's just absolutely putrid, maybe they won't keep him.
Well, yeah.
But I mean,
preseason has to be very bad.
More likely than not, this guy's your kicker, and seemingly through this part of the season, this part of the offseason, he can't kick.
Yeah, well, preseason has to be really bad for him not to be able to be the kicker. But again, my thing is I don't want anybody to stress about it yet. It's just not. It's not worth stressing about. It's not worth being worried about. Again, I'll repeat. You rather have your kicker kicking well at this point. But again, it's only June. Hopefully, Coach Cam Acord, the special teams coordinator, will be able to work with him and tinker with some things throughout the offseason and have him ready to go once training camp actually starts. But, I mean, yes, it's concerning, but it's nothing for us to watch. 2 months from now, we're not even 2 months from now, about 6-7 weeks from now, when NFL training camp finally begins, if we're still having this conversation in August, then I'm very concerned. But right now, I'm not concerned. Once I see him in a preseason game, that's when I'll be concerned. If he in a preseason game, he goes 3 for 3, I'm good. If he's missing 30-some yarders in a preseason game or he misses an extra point in a preseason game, that's what I'll be concerned about because at the end of the day, I need you to be able to make long kicks, but I need you to be excellent when it comes to extra points because we cannot leave any points on the field, especially when you're talking about a point after kick. Touchdown, point after touchdown.
I'm so irritated.
Don't be irritated, Strouf. Not yet.
Kyle.
Just
listen to me for 1 second. Just listen to me for 1 second because I think you can agree with at least this piece. I understand you said it was the most important thing prior to training camp is how far Trey Smack can smack that thing. And truth is, it's apparently very inconsistently and not very far inconsistently.
Well, he could
but
kick
the other
far.
piece is we have spent so much time talking about the kicker since the season ended in January. So much time. And I fear it's never going to end. I feel like I'm living in this never-ending cycle of talking about kicker hell. And I'm not having fun.
Why are you saying January, bro? You just told me.
Because Brandon McManus missed 1 million kicks at the end of the season in January.
What I'm saying is we've been talking about this kicker situation since Mason.
It was stable for a little bit. Because prior to the Bears game, he did have a couple misses. But
I wouldn't say it was stable only because of the fact that he got hurt. He got hurt.
Right.
So
but Havrasik was good when he filled in, and then he started missing a couple kicks. McManus came back. McManus was fine, and then ultimately the Bears game happened. But we did at least get a little bit of a break, especially in the 2024 season when McManus came in for Braden Arvison. I think it was in the month of October. We got a nice break without talking about kicker drama. All of last offseason, we got a break. And now here we are again.
Right back.
With the fourth kicker, really fifth if you count Havrasik, the fifth kicker in 3 years. And we're just in this never-ending cycle of kicker drama.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's just.
It feels like the bad version of Love Island, right? Listen to me. I've been watching.
Love Island.
I do love Love Island.
I don't even know.
Love Island is terrific, but they do this thing on Love Island, right? So if you're not familiar with Love Island, it's this awful television show. It's a dating reality show, but and it's very generally attractive people that come on this island. They're single, and a lot of situationships, and they try to date.
Love Island.
I'm not single. First off, I'm very happily committed to my fiance.
Cool.
Now, thank you.
That's the only reason why?
Well,
that's the main reason.
I think that plays a role. But on Love Island, they say a new bombshell has entered the villa, right? When a new single that you haven't seen before, a new bombshell has entered the villa. It feels like the absolute antithesis of that with the Green Bay Packers kicking situation. Anders Carlson to Braden Arvison to Brandon McManus to Lucas Havrasik now to Trey Smack. What's the opposite of a bombshell? It's the antithesis of a new bombshell has entered the villa.
Well,
it is this never-ending cycle of crap.
You just say bombshell just in a different context.
Yeah, that's fair. Fair point.
It's just explosions happening. No, I get it, Strouf. I'm not going to spend my time right now in June being concerned about the kicking situation. Now, again,
I'm concerned,
dude. But don't be concerned because,
and I'm only going to continue to be concerned.
We should be concerned during the preseason if this happens. But luckily, after the preseason, guys get cut.
Dude, Braden Narvison was terrific in the preseason. Remember how excited you were when they signed him?
Narv dog.
Yeah, you had a whole nickname for him and everything. The preseason doesn't mean that much. Jordan Morgan was great at left tackle in the preseason. How'd that work out against Minnesota?
Again, let's just be patient here. I just want you to get off that ledge.
Yeah, I don't know that will be happening anytime
June
soon.
11th, you're on a ledge about the kicker.
Yes.
It's not August 11th.
I mean,
or September 11th.
Granted, I've been on and off the ledge for 3 years about the kicker, so this isn't abnormal.
I told you. I said after the game they should have left Brandon McManus in Chicago. He deserved to be on the dang bus.
Never-ending cycle of crap. He's Kyle Wallace. I'm the cousin sub of the day, Alex Strouf, in for Ben Brust. We are live at Zócalo with our friends from Michelob Ultra in Milwaukee on South 6th Street. It is absolutely popping here. All the food trucks, the outdoor bar, Mexico, South Africa kicking off World Cup 26 is on the big screen outside. Seems like the rain has gone away, and you can come party at Zócalo. The outdoor bar lasting until 9 o'clock this evening. All the food will be going. It is an absolute party, so get out here if you're free tonight to kick off World Cup action. Our buddy Jason Wilde will join us on the Yingling guest line coming up next as we talk all things Packers minicamp, and he'll probably play therapist a little bit about this kicker situation. That's all still ahead as Jason Wilde joins us on the Yingling guest hotline. That's next. It's Kyle and Brust, ESPN Wisconsin, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
I was in New Orleans telling stories. You in the middle of a quiz.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound 41 still heavy from just before Appleton Avenue down to Capitol Drive. Northbound, we've still got some delays coming up from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. Southbound 43 heavy from Capitol to Locust. Westbound 94, you've got backup starting at about just before 35th Street all the way to Hawley Road. Eastbound's backing up from Mitchell Boulevard just past 35th. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today. Chance of rain and storms. Some may be severe, a high of 84. Tonight, scattered showers and storms early, then partly cloudy and breezy, a low of 58. Weather's brought to you by Badgerland Junk. Clear the clutter fast with simple, stress-free cleanouts. From single items to full properties. Upfront pricing, no hidden fees. Visit BadgerlandJunk.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Students learn best when they can put their knowledge into action. JA's Stock Market Challenge teaches high school students how to analyze stocks and how current events impact value. Thanks to RSM, our partner that makes this program possible. It's just one of many ways JA brings learning to life. To learn more, visit wisconsin.ja.org.
Get out of the house this summer and head to Road America, conveniently located between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. You can camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in the racing your way. It's more than just a race, it's a full experience. IndyCar is the must-see race coming June 18th through the 21st. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets at RoadAmerica.com.
You've always been competitive at work, in the gym, even with your kids. But lately you feel off. Workouts take longer to recover from. Your drive just isn't there. You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back the energy to being dad again. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yingling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yingling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yingling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yingling, the oldest brewery in America. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law offices.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Father's Day is coming up on Sunday, June 21st, and let's be honest, Dad does not need another tie, another coffee mug, another World's Greatest Dad t-shirt. Get him something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at Kringle.com and send your dad his favorite flavor, like my favorite, bourbon pecan. You can even add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order. So go to Kringle.com or make the call, 800-4DANISH, and have it shipped just in time for Father's Day. Kringle.com. Racine Danish Kringles. Not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Brust continues live from Zócalo in Milwaukee with our friends from Michelob Ultra, alongside Kyle Wallace, Alex Strouf with you. And it's time to talk a little Packers minicamp as we take a trip up to the 920 with our buddy Jason Wilde, who joins us on the Yuengling Guest Hotline. Jason, good afternoon, sir.
What a pleasant surprise. Not that I don't love Ben Brust, but I didn't know that you were hosting today. What a treat for me. That's awesome.
I've never heard him talk to Ben like that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's good. Is it bad for me? Is it bad for Ben?
What does that say about everybody else, Jason?
I don't know how I take it.
I appreciate the reception, but jeez.
Well, first of all, I said very clearly I love Ben, but it's unexpected.
Oh, I know that.
I was expecting Kyle to be on the show, so that did not come as a surprise. When I heard your voice, I thought, it's like those wrestlers. I know you guys love wrestling. That's Alex Strouf's voice. Kind of like the walk-in music. So anyway, I didn't realize this was going to be a big thing. I'm happy to talk with whoever is on the program, and it just happens to be you.
It does just happen to be me.
I love how Jason knows. I'm always going to be here, Jason.
For a few more weeks until we get married. So I
You said what?
You and I are a lot alike that way. Like it's very rare that I'm not on Wilde and Tausch. Every time there's a rotating cast of characters on Sunday Karma, but you're always there. So, you and I are like that. That's how we roll.
Jason Wilde joins us on the Yuengling Guest Hotline. Here on Kyle and Brust, we are live from Zócalo on South 6th Street, Milwaukee. Mexico, South Africa kicking off World Cup 26. All right, Jason, you talk about surprises. No surprise that Trey Smack missed another one. In the final minicamp practice today from 35 yards out in a 3-point game when Matt LaFleur kicked a field goal on 4th and 1. But that's neither here nor there. It's not a real game. But Trey Smack misses another kick. Should I be concerned about how his offseason has started, the rookie kicker?
Not yet.
Why?
Perhaps soon. Because it's hard. Kicking is hard. The football is different than it is in the college game. This is look, I don't dislike Goody. I was talking about this with somebody on the sideline today. I feel like he has a greater affinity for other beat writers than he has for me now, even though he and I have the longest history together because he came up through the scouting department basically at the exact same time as I came up as a reporter. But I don't know. I guess I'm more critical of him than some other people are. And so in this instance, I was the one who basically said to him after he drafted Smack, you did this with Anders Carlson. You did it with Braden Narveson. I certainly understand the misses that Brandon had in the playoff game, but why do you want to get back on the potential roller coaster that is having a rookie kicker? And his answer was, well, you got to keep trying, right? To which I kind of mumbled under my breath.
Don't take.
You don't have to. You don't have to keep trying. You could get someone who is more established, right? And so, look, I'm not.
That's funny.
I am not going to write off Trey Smack because, he had a bad day during OTAs a couple weeks ago. I mean, he was 7 for 8 earlier this week. But, yeah, it wasn't like it was a difficult win. It didn't seem like today. And then as soon as I saw that ball go wide right, I was like, oh, boy, here we go. And so we're going to have Ryan Longwell on our show tomorrow. And Ryan Longwell has the perfect insight to this. Now, I actually spent time talking to Lucas Habrasik yesterday just because I was curious,
Mr.
Look,
Perfect.
It's pretty clear and it's pretty clear they want the draft pick to be the guy, so how do you approach it? And, he's a guy that just wants to find his place in the league. And whether it's here or somewhere else, but he's got to keep making kicks. And the more he makes kicks, the more the pressure ratchets up on the guy that was actually drafted. So, again, I'm not going to sit here and say all is calm, nothing to see here, please disperse. But let's not go overboard right now, and let's just say, yeah, it would be better if he was making these kicks, but there's a long way to go.
I love Jason bringing the calm. Now, Jason, with these OTAs and with the mini camp, who was the biggest standout from the camp that you saw?
Well, I think that, first of all, what stood out the most was Jagger Burton getting work with the starters. Fifth-round pick out of Kentucky. He was at right guard for the last open OTA that we had last week. He was at left guard all week long this week with Aaron Banks nursing some sort of an injury. And the fact that Matt LaFleur, when he had the opportunity to just say some nice platitudes about him and then move on, and instead he flat out said he's going to challenge for some playing time as a rookie. It's always noteworthy when a coach or a player says more than they needed to. That tells you what they're thinking, and they're obviously thinking that Jagger Burton was a pretty darn good fifth-round pick, and they're pretty excited about it.
So should Anthony Belton be a little bit nervous about a competition come this fall or this summer, I should say?
Well, I think the more likely scenario would be for Gabe Neitzel, because I know he really wants this, for them to rotate those two guys at right guard, because he really enjoys it when they do rotations at a position. I'm kidding, of course. He hates that. But
his favorite, absolutely.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't love that they move guys around so much. I don't love that they rotate guys either. I'm kind of with Gabe on that. And I have nothing against Anthony Belton at all. He's a fun character type of guy. I thought he was good for a rookie. I'm not trying to get him benched. But I would feel more comfortable if I was a coach to have him as my swing tackle and have him just exclusively practicing at right and left tackle, right? Because things happen. We've seen it with Zach Tom. I would feel more comfortable if he was that guy. He played left tackle in college at NC State, whereas Darian Kennard, who's been working at right tackle with Zach Tom not practicing, has only played the right side of the offensive line during his career. Plus, he's a really good tight end, as you've seen. A little bit shady on the ball security, but he can catch a carom football pretty well. I'm not trying to get Anthony Belton benched, but I would feel more comfortable if you had a guy that you said, this guy's a guard and this guy's a tackle, and they have not been very good about that in recent years.
More definitive roles could lead to more success. Jason Wilde joins us on Kyle and Brust. Alex Strouf in for Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace. We are live at Zócalo in Milwaukee. Jason Wilde on the England guest hotline.
Jason,
talking
real
all
quick.
Things Packers minicamp.
Real quick, are you a big soccer fan? You into the World Cup since we're here at Zócalo?
I am not a big soccer fan. I would be lying. I am certainly a big fan of the soccer player who lives in my house and the team that she plays for and the club teams she's played for in the past. I do have two pro teams.
I don't believe they're in the World Cup though.
They are not. They lost a friendly and they didn't advance.
Oh man.
But I would say I do have two pro teams that I kind of follow very
Really?
Distantly. Celtic FC in Scotland and FC Bayern Munich in Germany. Those are my pro teams. But I don't if you asked me what kind of season they had, I don't know. I'm not following it nearly as I follow the Packers and the kids and the teams that my kids are on, and everything else is sort of just there.
All right, USA for Jason.
USA for Jason. Jason Wilde, our Packers guy, joining us for a few more minutes on the England guest hotline. Marshawn Lloyd, how should we be feeling on June 11th?
He's a yeet cannon. Yeet cannon.
Yeet? What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
What is that? Yeet. That's the kids.
You need to translate that for
I know
me.
what yeet means, but is he like juking people? 'Cause I know it's a yeet.
So yeet is like what? Like enthusiasm and excitement and it's a good thing.
Yeah, I know a guy. I think it's Jay Uso in WWE. Like lifts his arms up and says "yeet," but that's my only familiarity with the phrase.
Well, I learned the phrase from Nathaniel Hackett, who obviously didn't necessarily succeed as a head coach or as an offensive coordinator elsewhere, but he did teach us yeet. They use it a lot. But I believe he is a yeet cannon because he just, when he, with his personality and his explosive ability as a running back, he just shoots yeet everywhere, and there's just a level of excitement that he creates. But again, he's got to stay healthy. It doesn't do you any good to be full of yeet if you're sitting on the bench.
I don't know what this means, but it's making me uncomfortable for some reason, so I'd like to move on. We've been asking this question throughout the show, Jason. Who's going to be more important to the Packers' offensive success in 26? Will it be Christian Watson with a new deal or Tucker Kraft likely with a new deal before he returns? It was what it sounds like will be week one. Which one do you think will be more important to the Packers' offensive success?
Yeah, I'm not going to vote in that. That's a dumb poll. What I'm going to tell you
Why is it dumb?
Because they need them both. If they're going to be anything close to what they're capable of being offensively, they need them both. Like the one game, I talked to you guys about this, I think, earlier in the week. The one game where they were both on the field together last season, it only happened once.
Right.
And Jordan Love threw for 360 yards in Pittsburgh. And Tuck had 7 for 143 and 2 touchdowns. And Watson, in his first game back, was like 4 for 84. Like, that is what this offense can be. And with Reed healthy and with Golden doing more, like that, the idea of that group and maybe an offensive line that allows, Josh Jacobs not to be hit immediately after he's gotten the handoff. I'm not saying they're a Super Bowl team. I don't know what their defense is going to be with a new coordinator. I don't know if their offensive line is going to be good enough. But they've got skill guys that if they stay healthy, Kraft and Watson on the field at the same time with Reed, Golden, and Jacobs, I'll put that group up against a lot of other NFC groups, and I feel like they measure up pretty well.
Jason, with Tucker Kraft, it just seems like he has this incredible level of leadership and level of intensity. I really feel like he kind of seems like the heart and soul of that offense, the vocal leader of that offense. What do you think that mentality, having that back on the field, can do for the Packers this year?
Well, no doubt it helps. Now, I think I would say this about him, and I was standing and talking to him in the locker room today. Just for some reason, I've gotten a couple of chances now in the last several weeks to just shoot the breeze with him. And I would say that I think he does it the right way, but he reminds me a little bit back if you think back on defense, Mike Daniels, he was really talkative, showed a lot of leadership, but then it turned out that guys didn't really follow him. He kind of they kind of rolled their eyes at him. I don't think that that's what they do with Tucker at all. But as he kind of said, he wanted to actually dial back his vocal leadership. And he wanted to make it more about leading by example and then choosing his spots to speak up. And what I thought that showed is incredible self-awareness of this is the kind of leader I need to be. Even if I would like to be a little more vocal, that might not be what our guys need. And I think in maybe Mike Daniels' case, he just said, look, this is who I am, and he didn't really adjust it. So, it's different for different guys.
Sorry, Jason, as you may be able to hear in the background here at Zócalo.
Viva la Mexico!
That makes it 2-0 Mexico over South Africa in this World Cup 26 opener to open it here across North America. Jason, appreciate the time and insight as always, buddy. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
The great Jason Wilde on the Yingling guest hotline. Kyle's been complaining a lot before every show this week, so I'm going to let him get the animosity off his chest.
I haven't been complaining at all.
We're going to get the animosity off his chest. That's coming up next. Kyle Brust live from Zócalo in Milwaukee on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust.
Yeah, play some defense on him or something.
You're asking the wrong person.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We've got southbound on 43 backing up a bit from just before Capitol Drive all the way down to about the Marquette. And we've also got southbound 41 slowing down from Good Hope Road all the way to about Capitol Drive. We've also got delays westbound 94 from about 35th Street to Hawley Road, eastbound just coming out of the stadium interchange to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, we have a tornado watch for Racine, Kenosha, and Walworth counties until 9 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, rain and storms should hopefully be ending soon, becoming partly cloudy, a low of 62. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 83. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at IKEA.com/US.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Your local bar could be your ticket to a global stage. Michelob Ultra Soccer Shootout is giving fans the chance to win tickets to the FIFA World Cup 26 at Zócalo, starting at 4 p.m. on Thursday, June 11th. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Maxwell Cedarburg, Potawatomi, and Spanky's Waterford. Your neighborhood, your shot at the world's biggest game. Play for the chance to witness history. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21+. Void where prohibited.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle Brust continues live from Zócalo in Milwaukee. 2-0 Mexico lead. I would just say the crowd got rather rowdy for that second goal, Kyle Wallace.
Oh, it got very rowdy here for the second goal as they celebrate Mexico.
Mexico, indeed. I'm Alex Strouf, your cousin sub of the day, in for Ben Brust. We're here at Zócalo with our friends from Michelob Ultra. A ton of stuff going on here today, man, as it is just absolutely packed. Hundreds of people packed to the gills out here. Oh, something good must have just happened as well. There is a ton of stuff going on at Zócalo, courtesy of Michelob Ultra. Make sure you stop by here, 636 South 6th Street in Milwaukee. Presented by Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of FIFA World Cup 26. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Stenny's Lake Country, Maddie's in New Berlin, and Jugs Pub and Grill in Slinger. And they also have a neutral booth set up where they are giving away a pair of tickets to a World Cup match, which you can win today here at Zócalo.
Where at?
They didn't give me that information.
Must be Kansas.
I would assume
City.
Kansas City is the closest one, but
Yeah,
it could be Atlanta, it could be Houston, could be
Atlanta.
I have no idea which one.
Chicago decided they didn't want to host it.
Speaking of hot, you've been hot on a couple of different things. What's going on, man? You've been rather cranky in our pre-show meetings the last 2 days.
The wedding's getting closer and closer, and everything had been pretty smooth sailing. But then as you get closer, you realize that a lot of people start knocking on your door asking for special requests. And recently I realized my uncle's trying to hijack my damn wedding. He's trying to hijack my wedding. And so I've been dealing with trying to figure out how to play balance of making people feel appeased but also telling people no. And so what we're dealing with here is that I have a lot of family. I tell you, I got a lot of cousins. Remember, I got a lot of cousins, Strouf. And so a lot of those cousins will be in town coming from all over the place. And my good uncle, who's well-intended, his intentions are great, he said, hey, what do you think about having a little event after the wedding? After the rehearsal dinner. I said, you know what, that sounds great. I've already telling people to go to a certain place. He said, well, we got so much family in time. It's like a family reunion. I said, cool.
Great, let's go.
I said, bet. He said, so what if I just, ask the family to go a certain place? I said, hey, you can do whatever you want. Just know I'm gone by a certain time. That's what is going to happen. I'm going to be gone by 9:30. I won't be there. And then all of a sudden it turned into, hey, Kyle, can you tell everybody about this? Hey, Kyle, can you reach out? I said, whoa. I just told you I'm not going to be there. So what I'm realizing is that I think there are some people in my family that are trying to hijack my wedding weekend. A family reunion. I said, no, this ain't no family reunion. I said,
well, it kind of is. But it's not. It's a formally.
It's a family unification. That's what it is.
Sure,
it's two families
coming
together. And I said, I don't want no extra work whatsoever. But then I got all these long text messages talking about, got this planned out, talked to the bar about this and all this. I said, that's cool, but you bringing me in a little bit too much of all this. This ain't my thing. This is your thing. So I've been a little bit realizing that I now see what people were talking about when you lead up to a wedding, where all the weird stuff starts happening and trickling in and the different requests and all that. And I'm getting a little irritated by it.
I'm sorry to hear that. So what do you do about it?
I try to stay polite. Okay. You tell people no. You just tell people no. You tell people I can't do like I told.
Well, I did write down one word in terms of being polite. You said the word whom.
Oh, yes.
When describing the story.
Oh, well, yes, because my wonderful uncle, he said, hey, Kyle, you want to reach out to the group of people and let them know about this event that he planned and invite people. And I said, reach out to whom?
Whom? That is polite.
I said,
very proper of you.
What is it that you want me to do? You know what's crazy? I hope my mom isn't listening. Because if my mom's listening,
you're going to hear about it?
All hell may break loose. I ain't going to hear about it. She may call my uncle.
Can we talk about something real quick?
What's up?
I fear, Kyle, that all hell may break loose regardless of whether or not Mama Wallace hears this.
I'm hoping not, but I've been doing my best to try. And I don't know, maybe somebody can give me some assistance. How do you politely tell family, no, I'm not doing this?
The way you just did, but I don't know that you have the.
I have politely told so many people, no, you don't get a +1. I got people asking me for +1s. I said, did you read the invite? Yes. Did you RSVP? Yes. Did the RSVP ask for you to have a +1? No. Okay, then. So what makes you think you have a +1? Are you married? No. Are you in a long-term relationship? No. But you want to bring some floozy to my wedding?
Floozy?
Hell no. Yeah, I mean.
You don't know these people.
I mean, listen.
How do you know they're floozies?
I don't know if
Am I putting you in a bad spot by asking that question?
No, I know. I don't know if they're floozies or not, but what I will say is this, is that the amount of people that have asked me about having a +1 is crazy. Crazy. They think this party ain't free.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wedding planning has been great, and now it's getting a little irritable.
I believe that.
Just a little. Get ready, Strouf.
Yeah, I'm not even going to get started on my stories.
You already got stories?
Oh, yeah, but I'm not going to get into those right now. I'm trying not to think about it for the time being. So I guess I'm not going to put too much business on the street, but we're only a couple weeks away. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
we're only a couple weeks away from your wedding.
When I'm gone from the show, you'll know why.
Correct. But it is coming up very quickly.
It is.
And it seems like every day you have a story
of
somebody asking too much or trying to do too much or asking permission for a +1. Kyle, I'm not kidding when I say this. It seems like it's been every single day for the last 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, it has
Which
been.
makes me think it's not going to slow down as we get closer and closer to the day.
Well, here's the problem, Strouf. There's, you know what they say. I'm a Gemini, right? I don't really believe in all the astrology and all that. What's your whatever the hell it is. I'm a Gemini though. I got two personalities. I got the cool, calm, collected, nice guy. But then I have that you push me too far, I'm gonna snap on you. I done snapped on people before, and I'm probably about, I would say by next Monday, once we get less than 2 weeks away, that's when people may feel a little disrespected, like they don't want to come no more.
Uh-huh.
So I'm about a week away. The suggestions better be over. I've already had to sit in the list. The list is sent.
Mm-hmm.
The list is gone. When you tell somebody the list is sent, and the response is, well, you can't add one more. The list is sent. What y'all want me to do? I've been having to explain to so many people, no, you can't come after we eat dinner. It's not about that. No, they charge them per head. No. And I told them, security is strictly enforced.
Are you going to have security?
Yeah.
Or are you just saying that?
No, the venue has security.
How many?
I think 2.
Okay.
They got 2. So, I'm going to tell them, hey.
I have a good old time, though. They're not going to kick me out.
If you do too much, don't be falling now.
I won't be falling.
If you fall all over yourself, we're going to get you kicked out, too.
Okay, I'm not worried about that. I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Oh, yeah, we could. I won't be paying attention to you.
No, well, you will for maybe a brief moment when we're together on the dance floor.
I'll say hello, but I ain't worried about nobody.
No, when we're on the dance floor together.
Yeah, the dance floor going to be popping. I curated this list. Me and baby girl curated this list. Let me tell you, you're going to feel like you're in a club.
Were you nitpicky about your music selection?
100%. I didn't even need a DJ. I just need them to play the songs I tell them.
You could have just made a Spotify playlist is what you're saying?
I could have. I just need the transitions. We meet with the DJ next week, and I'm telling the DJ the requirement is this. I need you to be a club DJ. I need you to say, get up, get up, get up. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Yeah. Hey.
I love when we do the show in public because so many people looked at you like you were about to start DJing here at Zócalo in Milwaukee. That was brilliant.
No, I'm telling you, if the DJ is quiet, they're not getting paid.
Okay. I don't know if that's how that works, but I respect you standing on business.
I want them to get it hype. I want them to say, you ready? Here we go, 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 here we go. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Jump. Like, that's what I want. I want a hype man.
DJ Kyle Wallace, Alex Strouf, your cousin 7 of the day in for Ben Brust. It's Kyle and Brust live from Zócalo with our friends from Michelob Ultra enjoying the kickoff to World Cup 26. Hey, Kyle, the Bears did something I like, and it's not moved to Indiana. I will tell you what it is and why I like it as we wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion of Kyle and Brust. Coming up right after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust.
Somehow she still loves you. Still fascinating to me.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Join ESPN Milwaukee in Yuengling this Friday at Dugout 54 on Blue Mountain starting at 5 for an exciting Yuengling watch party. Hang with the ESPN Milwaukee street team, score awesome Yuengling prizes, and catch Homer broadcasting live before the game. Cold beer, warm summer nights, and the people who matter most. That's the spirit of Yuengling Lager. Yuengling has been bringing Americans together since 1829. Crack open a Yuengling Lager and raise a toast to American tradition. Stop by Dugout 54 this Friday starting at 5. DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. responsibly.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this, and Summit Credit Union's got you.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Mark Reinhardt is IT manager at ACS Group. Mark, your company has had business technology from James Imaging Systems for years. Right out of the blocks, would you recommend James to others?
Yes, I've had nothing but a great experience with James Imaging Systems, and I would definitely want to share that with others.
A great experience in what way?
I think it's just a personal touch. They actually listen to our needs, walking our business, and finding out what solutions we need to do our job better.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation, adding up to more bang for your business technology dollar.
Yeah, we are absolutely getting a return on investment on the dollars we're spending with James Imaging Systems.
Mark, safe to say ACS Group is happy?
Very happy with James Imaging Systems. People are smiling.
Put a smile on your face with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Homer here for Window Nation. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn out windows could be the culprit. Upgrade yours now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine new energy efficient windows and getting half of them free. Plus, you could even get no money down, no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. And as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, book a consultation and ask how you can score a pair of Brewers tickets. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project.
Sushi is more than a meal. It's an art form, and now you're invited to create it. St. Kate the Arts Hotel presents Studio Sessions, The Art of the Roll, an intimate, hands-on evening inside the studio kitchen and cocktails where guests are welcome with a complimentary cocktail, wine, beer, or sake, then guided through crafting 3 stunning sushi rolls from the very first fold to the final cut. This is culinary artistry made personal. Reserve your evening at stkatearts.com.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hold on. Oh, no, we're back. Brust continues live from Zócalo with our friends from Michelob Ultra. Alex Strouf in for Ben Brust, your cousin sub of the day, alongside Kyle Wallace, who made it just in the nick of time. Nicely done.
Listen, this broke
What's
ass
going on
city,
over here?
This broke ass city. This is the city of Milwaukee.
You get ticketed?
No, not yet. No, shoot. I saw the parking checker was driving around here. This broke city of Milwaukee, you know what they love to do? They love to try to mooch off of us hard-working taxpayers. So, this is a come-up. They said, street parking, a 3-hour game. Oh, yeah. We're going to give a lot of people tickets. I saw the little parking checker, so I moved my car. As I was in my car, somebody else was moving right in front of me, thank goodness. So
you just moved up one spot?
I moved up 2 spots, yep. So thank goodness, because there are going to be some tickets on there when we leave. City of Milwaukee love to take advantage of people.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you were able to move.
Yeah, me too. because I would have been mad.
You feel better now that you got that off your chest?
Yeah, because as I'm moving, I'm like, yeah, they out here trying to get people, take advantage. We can't even enjoy a great soccer match without being taken advantage of.
I'm just not going to comment on that.
What you mean? You got taken advantage of? Didn't you tell that story? Yeah, you told that story. Oh, what a come-up that was.
A week ago today?
Yeah. That's why you couldn't drive here today. I had to drive you because you were too afraid that you're going to get towed.
Yeah, well, I haven't gotten my plates updated yet.
Which is a shame.
I know. I need to do that. Maybe this weekend I'll take care of that. But, yeah.
You said maybe.
Well, I don't know, man. It's been one day at a time. What do I have going on Saturday? I might be able to go get it done Saturday. So, because, I need to, be able to park on the street.
Yeah, but parking on the street in Milwaukee is pretty important, especially somebody like yourself who likes to go out quite a bit.
Yeah, but I don't. If I go out, I don't drive.
Okay.
I'm responsible in that capacity.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
So, anyway. The Chicago Bears did something I like, Kyle.
What did they do?
So they have announced their themes for every game they are playing this season. And on Christmas, when the Bears will host the Green Bay Packers, they will be wearing the rivalry uniforms, which is a Nike initiative started a year ago.
Oh, Indiana Bears.
The Indiana Bears will wear their rivalry uniform, which I'll credit where credit's due. It's actually pretty cool. It's all white. The Bears, it's all different. But the Packers are also going to roll out a rivalry uniform this year. I assume they will also be wearing them on Christmas. They have not yet announced their theme dates. But here's the matter of the fact, right? We've talked about it. It's been the theme of the offseason. We played Micah Parsons yesterday being all lovey-dovey complimentary for Caleb Williams. The matter of the fact is the Bears hate the Packers. The Packers have owned the Bears, aside from last year, for the last 2 decades.
Yeah.
But so I don't know that the hatred is as real for Green Bay players and Green Bay fans as it obviously is for Chicago players and Chicago fans.
Yeah.
But after the Chicago Bears took care of business in comeback fashion not once but twice, including a wild card game last year, and winning the season series of 3 games, 2 games to 1, it's time for that hate to get turned up a notch. And it's the oldest rivalry in football. Those have been cute words my entire life. It's the oldest rivalry in football. But it hasn't been a very good rivalry of football.
Yeah, because the guys from down south sucked.
They haven't held up their end of the bargain. And Chicago last year certainly held up their end of the bargain, and maybe more than I'd like by winning in that postseason game. But this Bears-Packers rivalry is the best it has been in my entire life. So to wear your rivalry uniforms and to say, hey, by the way, this game to kick off Christmas action in this loaded NFL slate on Christmas Day, it means something. It means a lot.
They're just the little brother syndrome so much. This little brother just always, hey, look at me. Hey, what about me? The terrible little brother. They're just annoying. Of course they do this. I didn't even know the Packers were wearing the jerseys on that day. We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
But we know the Chicago Bears are. Who gets excited to debut a jersey on the road like that?
Oh, well, they're at home.
Oh, they're at home at that game. We play
I would imagine the Packers will wear it another game, and then they may wear it as well. I don't know the color scheme. I don't know what it looks like. But I would imagine that the Nike initiative is relatively new, so for them to do this rivalry thing, I like it.
It's fine. I don't like anything about the Indiana Bears.
Well, they've been doing a lot of things I like recently because they moved to Indiana, and now they announced this rivalry thing. The Bears have actually not been pissing me off too bad the last week.
The fans are ridiculous.
What are we, about a week removed from the Madden cover? I was a little mad about that.
We are. I mean, what were you mad about the Madden cover for?
Because I don't believe there's been a quarterback so undeserving of being this hyped.
Yeah.
In a long time. And obviously there's more eyes on Caleb Williams than other quarterbacks because of obvious reasons.
Top 10 in jersey sales. He was in a big city of Chicago.
He was a Heisman. He was a Heisman Trophy winner. He's the number 1 overall pick. You mentioned the jersey sales. There was a lot of hype around Caleb Williams for a guy that statistically it wasn't that outstanding.
But he's exciting. He's exciting.
He had some lucky comebacks.
But exciting doesn't mean that you need to be great all the time. Exciting can be, it's exciting to watch him be terrible at throwing the football. He's just a lot, man. He really is.
All right, that'll wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion of Kyle and Brust. You've got Jim, Matt, and Molly coming up next at 100.5 ESPN Madison. You've got the Damn Sports Show coming up next on 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. Kyle and I with you for another hour on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee as we continue to ring in the World Cup 26 with our friends from Michelob Ultra here at Zócalo on 6th Street in Milwaukee. More coming up right after this. It's Kyle and Brust live from Zócalo, ESPN Wisconsin, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's kind of slow on 41, southbound 43, starting at about Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette to about Lincoln. On the northbound side, not too bad, though. Actually, that's moving along pretty well. Westbound 94, backing up from 35th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound's got a little bit of a backup right into Moreland Road, and then back on the brakes from 76th Street all the way to 35th. Southbound 41, also heavy from Good Hope Road all the way past Capitol. Northbound's backed up from just past Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, we have a tornado watch for Racine, Kenosha, and Walworth counties until 9 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, rain and storms should hopefully be ending soon, becoming partly cloudy, a low of 62. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 83. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction, Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs, on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
This is Marquette basketball head coach Shaka Smart. You're listening to the home of Golden Eagle basketball, 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour is brought to you by Siding Unlimited, the 5-time winner of the National Pella Platinum Premium Certified Contractor of the Year. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on K&B. No rap today.
Yeah, you're right.
Live from Zócalo.
It wouldn't sound
Or Zócalo.
Yeah, so there's been a long-running debate on the pronunciation of the place we're at. I asked multiple employees, and they all had different answers. So it's either Zócalo, or Zócalo.
Zócalo.
I think I've been saying Zócalo for most of the day. I might have said Zócalo a few times.
You've been saying Zócalo.
But I got different answers, so I think they're all right.
You sound so American. I think I've been saying Zócalo.
What is that supposed to mean?
You sound very American.
Well, I am American.
Give it a try. Say Zócalo.
Zócalo.
Zócalo. There it is.
Okay. Kyle and Brust, live from Zócalo. Zócalo?
Well,
on South 6th Street in Milwaukee.
A lot of great food trucks here.
A ton of great food trucks, great vibes. Outdoor bar open until 9 o'clock. We are here with our friends from Michelob Ultra.
Good
as
old
well
Michelob
as
Ultra.
There's a neutral stand here, and they are giving away tickets to a World Cup match to a random winner. So if
I can be part of that, can't I?
I am unaware of the contest rules. Those are not listed at ESPNWisconsinContest.com. So
it's not an ESPN Wisconsin contest.
So. I am uncertain, so you may have to look into that once we are off the air here in about 58 minutes, but plenty to get into. All right, I've put it off long enough. I want to talk about it now. I put it up as the first or second most insane comeback I've ever witnessed in sports last night. The New York Knicks trailed by 29 points at halftime to the San Antonio Spurs. They had a big deficit with 6 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And somehow they found a way. They hit every shot. Jalen Brunson, I tweeted at one point with a minute left, if the Knicks pull that off, that Jalen Brunson 3 will go down in infamy. And turns out that may have been like the third most important shot of the last minute of the game.
Yeah, full disclosure, my cable wasn't working. And so I was doing wedding stuff. And
okay, hold on. Let's slow down on that before I get back to that game, and I will talk about why it makes me sad. okay, so you have been very open on the show. You share a cable login.
Yeah, something happened. I don't know.
It is not your cable.
Well,
but it is what you use for cable.
It's my cable, and I put in my password.
Well, you don't pay for it, and it's not listed under your name, correct? Fair foul.
That is fair. That is fair.
So you got logged out because too many households are logged into it?
I don't know. When I tried to log in, they said suspicious activity detected. Reset your password. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. I'm just trying to sit here and watch the Brewers in the background, then have the NBA eventually in the background, all while I simply just do wedding stuff. And so I tried it from my phone. I tried it from my TV, and I said, this is becoming too much. It's becoming too much.
What I witnessed, though, was just unbelievable. And OG Anunoby with that unbelievably clutch tip-in to win the game, effectively seal the game at the end there. De'Aaron Fox taking a layup he never should have taken, which would have clinched the game for the Spurs, but neither here nor there.
Why should he have not taken it? Everybody was mad at De'Aaron Fox. What did he do?
The shot clock was off. He thought he had a free layup to make it. I believe it would have made it a 4-point game, or a 3-point game.
Wait. So they were up, and they were trying to defend him instead of
They were up 1, if my memory serves exactly right. And he had a breakaway layup, but he still had a defender on him, and he missed it. And the shot clock was off. If he would have held it, they would have had to foul, and then it would have gone to free throws.
He thought he was going to get the easy points.
Or he could have run off way more clock.
That's pretty interesting when you're only up by 1 and you decide instead of just trying to eat the clock and go to the free throw line to try to lay it up and go up 3 when you have a chance to kill more time. The name of the game is get it over. Not the name of the game is scoring right away.
Right, exactly. So that's ultimately why people are mad at De'Aaron Fox, but he had other mistakes. I mean, the Spurs shot terribly.
In the second half?
Really the fourth quarter, but the second half in general. And the Knicks, the fourth quarter, were just absolutely lights out from outside. I think they shot over 50% from three-point, and they made a ton of them. OG Anunoby, I think, had 6 three-pointers by himself.
He's been playing really well.
He's going to win Finals MVP if they get this over in 5. Now, watching this game, obviously massively entertained. Massively entertained. It was just a terrific comeback, and MSG, the world's most famous arena, absolutely hopping. Celebrity Row, name a celebrity, they were there last night. Kirk Herbstreit was there. Jerry Seinfeld and Larry David were there.
Oh, good old Larry.
And they connected after the game, and they were together. Taylor Swift and her posse were there wearing a Stevie Nicks shirt.
Now, why was Taylor there? That's kind of fake. Taylor's
she's been a Knicks fan. She's gone to Knicks games in the past. I don't know. I'm not worried about that.
Wait. So she's a Knicks fan.
Once the game ended, and inside the NBA, I flipped over to ESPN, and inside the NBA with Ernie and Chuck and Draymond Green was there, and Shaq and Kenny. I'm watching them on the court. And I see all these people just taking in pure euphoria at MSG after the Knicks go up 3-1 in this series. And it just made me so sad to witness effectively what I got to experience in the Deer District 5 years ago, which was, holy crap, my team that hasn't won a title in my life in 50 years, it was for the Bucks and 53 for the Knicks, is about to do this. The Bucks were down 0-2. They win 4-2, obviously. Bucks in 6. They fulfilled the prophecy. And now we're in an offseason 5 years later where the Bucks didn't make the playoffs, were never really close, and are at odds and likely going to move on from the greatest player in franchise history, just 5 years removed from winning a title. And after the just the sense of entertainment as a sports fan kind of subsided, what set in was just pure sadness and just, I don't know the next time I'm going to be able to experience that euphoria, that excitement, that joy that everybody at MSG was experiencing with the Milwaukee Bucks at Fiserv Forum in the Deer District. I don't know the next time we'll be able to experience that.
Yeah, it may be a while for you to be able to experience that, but I think one thing that should give you hope is the fact that, yes, Giannis, incredible player. We won a championship with him, but him still being an incredible player is the cheat code. That's the secret to rebuilding the Milwaukee Bucks. You should have appreciated, though you weren't in Milwaukee at the time consistently, but I appreciate and I hope the city appreciated the fact that we had this run. We had this opportunity. The Bucks were building towards this. And in sports, unless you're one of those elite teams or you're one of those franchises like the San Antonio Spurs, that when you look at the last 35 years or 30 years that a team has just been really good and consistent throughout, most teams are going to have their ups, they're going to have their downs. But my childhood, the Detroit Pistons were they were balling. They won championships, and then they sucked for the last decade now, and then they just got good again. that's what happens. But the Bucks have an opportunity to skip quite a few steps because if you trade away Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have an opportunity to bring in young assets. You have an opportunity to bring in young draft picks that could eventually turn into the next, not Giannis, but the next franchise player for the Bucks. You have a guy like Miles Turner who, though he had a down season, still may have some value out there to some teams where you could end up getting a first-round pick for him. You have guys like Bobby Portis that could get you some assets back. So the Milwaukee Bucks, though their championship run with Giannis is over, the dream is over, the team is done, that chapter of the Milwaukee Bucks history is about to officially close. You're going to have an opportunity to write a new book and write more history, and I think the Milwaukee Bucks will be able to do that because with Giannis being traded, the Bucks are going to have a lot of swings at it. You can't miss all your swings, right? You got to hit at least 1, 2.
You would hope so, but, I mean, here's the latest on Giannis watches. We are less than 2 weeks away from the NBA draft, which, of course, was the deadline that Jimmy Haslam set for the Milwaukee Bucks to make a decision on Giannis.
Foolish. Jimmy Haslam, foolish.
So Jake Fisher works with Mark Stein for the Stein line, and he's, he refers to himself as the People's Insider. But here's what he tweeted today, Giannis updates. This was tweeted by another account, but according to Jake Fisher. So the Boston Celtics have not yet seriously engaged with Milwaukee, and I don't know that we should expect them to. I don't know that the Boston Celtics, the piece would be Jaylen Brown, and I don't think they want to move on from him. There's skepticism that Giannis would be willing to sign a contract extension in Portland who could offer a good package. There hasn't been any significant dialogue between the Magic and the Bucks, and the Magic seem like a team that could fit the bill, especially if
they don't
offer
have
Paolo Banchero.
That's it.
I think they have a first-round pick as well this year, and as we've mentioned before.
Well, they can't trade it. If they've got a first-round pick this year, there ain't no way they can trade it because they ain't got picks next season or coming up because of the trade that they did this last offseason for Desmond Bain.
The offer on the table is from the Miami Heat, and it's Tyler Herro, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., with prime draft capital to the Milwaukee Bucks. That is the offer on the table. And prime draft capital, the Heat have pick 13. So you would then have picks 10 and 13 in this draft. And, okay, could you use that to move up? Could you use that to take 2 shots? Along with, obviously, you have young players in Tyler Herro.
I don't want Tyler Herro. Tyler Herro will be here and gone. Tyler Herro is an inspiring contract. He got to be flipped to go somewhere else to give me more draft picks.
More than likely, but again, I don't know that there's as much motion and conversations happening as maybe we expect there should be at this point with the deadline less than 2 weeks away. So all of this said is I'm watching the NBA Finals game last night. I'm going, wow, that was entertaining. Oh my God, I was doing this 5 years ago, and now it might be another 50 before I could enjoy this again as a championship team.
I don't know why watching yesterday, just for me, the overall NBA Finals and the teams that have made it, the Indiana Pacers make it into the Finals. The Knicks right now up 3-1 in the Finals. Those teams don't have a huge superstar. Jalen Brunson is really good, but they have good teams. Like that team with the Indiana Pacers, that was just a really good, well-rounded team. So that just gives me hope that the Bucks can build a well-rounded team that doesn't have to have a 3-headed monster in order to win a championship. There was such a long run of where you need to have some type of super team to win a championship, and now it seems like the NBA is breaking that up and not intensely breaking that up, but it seems like things are being spread out. We don't need to have 3 superstars to win. You need to have a really good superstar and a really, really, really good number 2, and then a great core around him.
So it didn't make you sad?
No, we had our time, man.
Yeah,
I know it's over, Strouf. Like, I knew it was over years ago.
It's not even like hey, I wish we were in the finals again. I wish we were winning another title. It's more so just it's over. And I think when you think back to 2021, and I keep using the term pure euphoria, because I think that's what I felt. It was, I think I was like 10, I was older than that. I was like 10, 11, 12 years old when the Green Bay Packers won Super Bowl 45. But I haven't really experienced a championship in Wisconsin other than the Bucks in 2021. And I was in the Deer District that night. It was just amazing. And I think when they won that title and we were removed from the parade and we were gearing up for another season, I think the expectation was, all right, here we go. They're going to do it again. They're going to go back-to-back. They're going to win another one with Giannis. They're definitely going to win another one with Giannis.
I thought it was for sure going to happen because they were running it back. But, again, injuries derailed it. I do think the Milwaukee Bucks, if they don't get injured, they beat the Boston Celtics. We go on to the NBA Finals. Hopefully we win. Don't know what history's going to write. But I do believe the Bucks, once that injury happened to Chris Middleton, that was it. That was all she wrote. That was the end of an era.
And I believe this is going to be the end of an era for Giannis in Milwaukee, but we will see.
And that's okay.
Less than 2 weeks
that's
away
okay.
From the NBA draft.
It's so rare that players stay with one team their entire career. We're the same state that literally had Brett Favre come here and basically rise this organization and franchise up from the dead and get them to a Super Bowl, and then we saw a nasty divorce. This is the same state that saw Aaron Rodgers get us back to our Super Bowl and be a great performer and then go on to have a nasty divorce. And so we were able to get by with the Packers losing our 2 great quarterbacks. I think we'll be okay when it comes to losing Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I'm just hoping the Brewers can pull through for us this fall and let me experience another championship again. Because, despite all the wackiness that's occurred in Vegas this week, they are a very, very good team, and they are absolutely in the mix in terms of the MLB. I just want to win, Kyle. I just want to win. That's all I've ever wanted to do is win.
All right, DJ Khaled.
Yeah, that's pretty much me. It's pretty much me, DJ Khaled. You know what they say. Alex Strouf, DJ Khaled, they're like brothers. All right, Kyle, before we get to a break, and coming up next, I've come up with a game. I didn't tell you about this.
Oh, I love a good game.
We're going to play a game called Should I Read Into It? And it's going to be various headlines from Packers minicamp this week. And you're going to tell me whether or not I should read into it. So we're going to do that coming up next. But before we do that, Kyle, tell us about one of your friends.
Oh, listen, y'all, I'm so excited. The wedding's coming up, and I've been working with Big Frog. You know when you get married, you try to get different things called party favors, right? Something you give out to all of your wedding guests. And I work with Big Frog with that, and they did a hell of a job doing that for us. I can't tell you quite yet what we're giving out because it's going to be a big surprise for everybody at the wedding. But let me tell you, they created our logo for our wedding. They put it on the design. I said, hey, are you able to add our names to that too? They said, well, not a lot of space, but let me try it. They did it, and they hit a home run with it. My experience with Big Frog has been second to none. So whether you're looking for apparel, you're looking for jerseys for your sports team, you're looking for a hoodie, you're looking for a zip-up, you're looking for shirts, you're looking for poster boards, whatever you need, Big Frog can take good care of you. Their customer service is truly second to none, and their hands-on design team and personalized service will make you feel so great knowing that they're going to hook you up. So if you're looking for any type of custom designs, make sure you go with Big Frog because there's no minimums, fast turnaround, and they're trusted folks. So whether you need 50 shirts or 500, Big Frog will come through for you. Stop in and see them today in Mequon or jump online at bigfrog.com/Mequon. It's Big Frog. They'll hook you up.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Alex Strouf. We play a game of Should I Read Into This? Coming up next, it's Kyle and Brust, ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust.
Yes, I want to be a piece of meat. Yes. That is exactly what. Yes, does it boost my confidence? Absolutely.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43, backing up from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette. Westbound 94, hitting the brakes just about at 30th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound side slowing down through the Barker Road area all the way to Calhoun. Back on the brakes from about Hawley Road to 35th Street. And then 41 southbound, we've got delays basically from Good Hope Road all the way down to Capitol Drive. Oh, and eastbound 94, right about at Moreland Road, looks like we have the left shoulder blocked with a crash. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, we have a tornado watch for Racine, Kenosha, and Walworth counties until 9 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, rain and storms should hopefully be ending soon, becoming partly cloudy, a low of 62. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 83. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Join ESPN Milwaukee in Yingling this Friday at Dugout 54 on Blue Mound, starting at 5 for an exciting Yingling watch party. Hang with the ESPN Milwaukee Street Team, score awesome Yingling prizes, and catch Homer broadcasting live before the game. Cold beer, warm summer nights, and the people who matter most. That's the spirit of Yingling Lager. Yingling has been bringing Americans together since 1829. Crack open a Yingling Lager and raise a toast to American tradition. Stop by Dugout 54 this Friday, starting at 5. DJ Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Looking for a better spot for your next team outing or client meeting? Welcome to Veer North, Milwaukee's upscale sports bar, designed for more than just game day. It's ESPN Milwaukee's Alex Strouf. Veer North, located on Milwaukee's east side, your go-to for catching the big game, happy hour, or your next group outing. This is more than your average sports bar. Elevated food, craft cocktails, and a modern atmosphere. Perfect for off-site meetings and entertaining clients. And when the game's on, you've got the best seat in the house. Veer North, Milwaukee's east side destination for business and game day alike.
Meet Jim and Rita.
We went on a motorcycle trip.
But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident.
They blocked off the interstate and everything and took us to the hospital.
Sometime later, Rita made a discovery.
She had noticed that the bracelet was gone. And I asked the trooper, is there a chance we can go out there and see if it's still there?
And amazingly,
he found a couple of pieces.
It was only 2 tiny links of the bracelet.
Jim was determined to buy Rita another bracelet from Kessler's.
And I had my checkbook in my hand.
But when he arrived there,
And I said, okay, how much? And she says, that's part of our warranty.
Jim and Rita discovered the Kessler's miraculous no small print warranty.
It's just amazing that you guys do this.
And it's true.
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple.
It surely is miraculous.
Read the Kessler's miraculous no small print warranty yourself at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Soccer fans, the wait is almost over. Tomorrow, ESPN Milwaukee heading to Veer North Bar on Milwaukee's east side as Team USA gets set to take on Paraguay. Join Kyle Brust and me, Alex Strouf, live from 2 to 5 p.m. as we get ready for one of the biggest soccer weekends of the year. Veer North, Milwaukee's home for game day action. Incredible food. I had the wings the other week. Oh, boy, were those good. The cloud bread is something special. That's their specialty, the cloud bread. You got to try it. Cold drinks and ultimate match day atmosphere. Grab your friends. Throw on your red, white, and blue. Join us from 2 to 5, and I'll be there a little bit after. Maybe I'll buy you a cold one if you come and join us at 5 o'clock. And kick off your Friday with us tomorrow. That's at Veer North on Milwaukee's east side. It's Kyle and Brust. Alex Strouf in for Ben Brust, your cousin sub of the day, alongside Kyle Wallace, as we are live from Zócalo. With our friends from Michelob Ultra as Mexico wins the first match of the World Cup 26.
I like that. These Mexico fans were great. We had some fans come up to us.
They were rowdy, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, look, Aiden said hello.
Aiden did say hello, took some pictures.
There was another fan that wanted to say hello, but we were on the air. So shout out to him if he's listening.
Shout out to all of everybody that stopped by. We had several people stop by today and say hello to us, which is wonderful.
But it's Team USA forever, though.
It is Team USA forever, but I don't see a problem with rooting for Mexico today.
This moment, no, but I fell into the hype. Usually I want Mexico to lose. They're like the Bears.
All right, I want to dive into this. So Packers minicamp is in the books. The rookies will hang around for another week, and then we've got a little bit of a break until training camp starts. July 29th, by the way, will be the first day.
Oh, that feels a little late.
Of training camp. No, it's about the same time.
I always thought it was like
Labor Day is late this year, so the season's starting a little bit later.
Got it.
Because I think Labor Day is the 7th of September this year because the month begins on Tuesday. Anyway, so I have at least 5. We might go more than that. Things that popped out to me this week from Packers minicamp, and I want you to answer the question. Should I read into it? You ready to play a game? I like to call, should I read into it?
Let's do it, Strouf.
All right, let's start with, should I read into it? Number 1, LaFleur kicking a field goal on 4th and 1 down 3 points. Should I read into that as something more to come this season?
Well, when you add, if you kick a field goal, how many points is it worth?
That is worth 3 points.
So if you kick the field goal and you make it on 4th and 1, what is the score after that?
It is tied.
Okay, so that means did you lose the game?
You did not lose the game. That means you were going to overtime, or you tied, depending on if you're already in overtime.
Okay, what's worse, winning or losing or tying?
I'm going to give you an unpopular answer. Tying is worse than losing.
Oh, because if the Packers...
It's better for your record, but it's worse.
Okay.
I would have rather lost to the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football last year than tied. Though they wouldn't have made the playoffs then, so maybe not.
It would have made Week 18 actually matter.
That's correct.
So, are we sure about that one?
I just hate ties.
I understand.
We should abolish ties.
No, I know. I understand the questioning.
Everybody leaves angry. That's why I hate ties. So, LaFleur going forward on 4th and 1 down 3, kicking a field goal on 4th and 1 down 3. Should I read into it, yes or no?
No, don't read into it. He made the right move. He made the right call. You got to take the points. It's about giving your team another opportunity. There's 17 seconds left. If your defense can't hold another team for 17 seconds and you're playing for overtime, then your defense sucks. You're giving your team another opportunity. And guess what? You got Jordan Love on offense. I'd rather go into overtime than sit here and not get a first down and be scratching my head saying, boy, did we make the right decision.
Potentially the most impressive player of Packers minicamp this week was Lucas Van Ness. Kyle, Lucas Van Ness eating without shoulder pads on. Should I read into it?
Eating without shoulder? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. We should look into that. I think that's good. I think that's a good thing that Lucas Van Ness
the name of the game is Should I Read Into It?
Yeah,
look into it.
You should read into it.
Yes.
Yes. You should read into that. When you see what he did in practice, it's a good thing. Now, again, it doesn't mean that he's going to be a game wrecker come the NFL season, but what it means is that he seems to be improving. He may be building his confidence, which puts the Packers in a better position. So, yes, Strouf, go ahead, get your little reader glasses out, and start reading into Lucas Van Ness maybe being disruptive in 2026.
You said it yesterday. I didn't get the opportunity to chime in. As Ben Brust was brutally attacking you. But I said this yesterday on Mr. Irrelevant.
He was brutally attacking.
He was. I said this yesterday on Mr. Irrelevant, Kyle, and you said it yesterday on Kyle and Brust. And I don't think you know I said this, and I didn't know you were going to say this, but we are 100% on the same page. I'm buying Lucas Van Ness stock for the 2026 season.
I was going to buy SpaceX, but I forgot. But I ain't going to miss out on Lucas Van Ness.
Look, I by no means believe he's going to be the best player on the Packers roster. But I am buying stock. I do believe he will have a nice season. That could be in the form of 8 sacks. But something that's improved from seasons past, I am buying Lucas Van Ness stock. So I agree with you. I am buying. I am reading into Lucas Van Ness stock. How about Jagger Burton taking first-team reps at right guard yesterday and left guard today? Should we read into this as a legitimate offensive line camp competition? Jagger Burton, I believe he was the 3rd round or 4th round pick.
5th round pick.
Fifth round pick. He was day 3. You're right.
I think we should read into it. When they drafted Jagger, I said he can't play center from my perspective, and I thought he struggled at the point of the attack with bigger guys, maybe pushing them back and not being able to anchor down and really be able to get them off of them. But I thought he was a good guy. Right? I thought he was potential that he would be a good backup for the Green Bay Packers. I did not have him starting from day one, but it seems that the Packers are pretty high on Jagger, Burton, potentially have an opportunity to at least push Anthony Belton for that starting position. And I think the fact that he has already risen above the other guys that have been in the fold for the Green Bay Packers for a year or two is a good sign that they have a guy that is worth taking note of. And you look at Aaron Banks, his contract, the way the Packers redid it, Aaron Banks is going to be here for 2 years, correct?
Yes.
2 more seasons or so. 2 years from now.
At least this year. No, it was 2 seasons total. Oh, yeah, I guess they reallocated the money.
Yeah, and so I mean, I can see, if you're talking about 3 years from now, Jagger is our starting guard, maybe. I can definitely see that potentially. But it's good to have a backup because depth was the issue for the Green Bay Packers. So I would say go ahead and read into that because he's been a hot guy that people have been talking about.
When asked about a guy we haven't asked or talked about much, Jordan Love responded, Savion Williams is a guy to keep an eye on for the Packers offense. Should I read into the quarterback vouching for one of his young targets?
Don't read into that. Don't read into it. Don't because I hope Jordan Love's not reading into it. I hope Jordan Love is being a good teammate and hyping up the guys that people weren't talking about for a reason. Savion Williams may be better. He may be improved, which is great and is good for the Green Bay Packers. But like I said yesterday or 2 days ago, it ain't about Savion. It's about the other guys. It's about the guy Tucker Kraft coming back and announcing he hopes to be back week 1. It's about Christian Watson getting his contract and looking to be impactful. It's about Matthew Golden in year 2 finally feeling comfortable, understanding the playbook, being able to be trusted as a wide receiver. It's about Jaden Reed being healthy this year. Savion Williams is not worth reading into right now because if you're reading into Savion Williams during the season, it's because the guys in front of him went down, and that's bad news for the Green Bay Packers.
You're looking ahead. Tucker Kraft saying he intends to be ready for week 1. Should I read into that?
You should read 100% into that because that is huge for Tucker Kraft to be able to be back while week 1. But I will say, do not rush it, Tucker. I know he said he's being prepared. He feels good about it. But I don't want Tucker Kraft to rush coming back whatsoever for this Packers team. This offense can be sustained without him right away. We'll be okay. I'd rather have Tucker Kraft fully healthy, fully locked in, not having to worry about the knee, than us having any type of concern. But I trust Tucker Kraft, and I trust his mind. If he believes he'll be ready to go, then damn it, let him go.
2 more for you. Should I read into it? Brian Kelly attending Packers practice today.
What did Jason Wilde tell you?
No.
Okay.
Don't read
well,
into
it.
I'm asking you.
So if I invite somebody to come hang out during the show, would you look into it?
Depending on who it is.
Okay, I invite another radio host to come watch our show from a different station.
I might read into that.
What would you read into that for?
You looking to replace me?
No, I'm just.
You looking to get a different sub for Ben Brust tomorrow?
So if your fiance had a brand new male friend, and she invited him over for dinner, would you be concerned?
Before I answer that, how about you answer that?
I can't say on air what I would say. Who is this? Why is he in my house?
So, yes is ultimately the answer to both of the questions you've asked me. When you were trying to make the case for a question where the answer is no. You just asked me 2 questions where the answer is yes.
Work friend. I don't bring no work friend to the house.
So,
where his wife at?
You're trying to make the case for no. You realize you just broke down your argument.
The example I gave got me, and then when you flipped it on me, I started imagining it in my head.
Yeah, I'd be worried. I'd be worried, all right.
I said, you got male friend. That's what we doing now, huh?
Last one for you, Kyle Wallace. Jason Wilde yesterday on the Homer Hour and Rob Domofsky yesterday on Twitter saying they saw the best practice throw they've ever seen from Jordan Love yesterday.
Yeah.
Should I read into that?
You should. You should, because Jordan Love was talking about his footwork. There's something he was focused on in the offseason. And when you're rolling to the left and being able to reset yourself, or rolling to the left and being able to contort your body and throw it back to the right across the field, that's something that's impressive. When I heard about it and I saw it to pass online at Jaden Reed, I always think about whenever a guy's rolling left and throws to the right, I always think about Brett Favre throwing to Sterling Sharp. Obviously, I didn't see it live, but I've seen the highlights over and over and over. And I think Jordan Love has special arm talent, and maybe this season we'll be able to see him be a little bit more flashy out there in the pocket. He likes to thread the needle quite a bit and show us that pinpoint accuracy and that also great arm strength where he gets it through a window. Him just making plays where he can roll out one way and hit a guy on the other side of the sideline and making plays and them completing the pass, that could be really special. So, yeah, read into that, Strouf.
That was the first and probably the last edition of Should I read into this? On Kyle and Brust, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strouf hanging out with you from a rainy now Zócalo in Milwaukee. This too shall pass, though. I don't think it's supposed to rain all night. It's just supposed to rain for the next hour or so. And people are still out. The outdoor bar is still open. It'll be open until 9 o'clock here at Zócalo. So make sure you stop by if you want to come take in some of the World Cup action. But they'll have tournament watch parties every day through the entirety of the World Cup, starting today through July 19th. They'll have an outdoor band or some live music and a band starting pretty shortly. I think they're just waiting for the rain to pass here. Korea Republic versus Czech Republic tonight at 9 o'clock here at Zócalo Food Park on 636 South 6th Street in Milwaukee. Table reservations not required, but are available for those guests who want to secure a spot. Reservations $100 for 2 hours and accommodate 6 to 8 guests.
I wish Ben was here today so I can ask him what is Korea Republic so he can guess. I was going to ask you, but you're too smart.
I do know the
He would
answer.
say North Korea?
It's a good Ben Brust impression. More after this as we take a listen to something absurd that happened in Chicago. It's about the Packers. We will listen to that from the Bears quarterback.
Oh, no.
That is next on Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're surviving Kyle and Brust
I don't know about you. I like to be gawked at, okay?
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We do have a couple of issues. First of all, eastbound 94, right about at the ramp from Moreland Road, we got a crash to the left shoulder, so watch out for that. Looks like everybody's able to get around it without too much of a problem since I'm not really seeing delays right past it. We also have a crash off the freeway. It's on eastbound Capitol Drive at 102nd Street. The right lane is blocked with that one, so keep an eye out for that. Southbound 41, slowing down from Good Hope Road to Capitol Drive, northbound from Mayfair Road up to Capitol. And then on Southbound 43 backing up from Keefe all the way down through the Marquette. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, we have a tornado watch for Racine, Kenosha, and Walworth counties until 9 o'clock tonight. Otherwise, rain and storms should hopefully be ending soon, becoming partly cloudy, a low of 62. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 83. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Stop the pig!
The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
ACS Group has business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. ACS Group's IT manager, Mark Reinhardt.
I feel James Imaging Systems being local, I get to meet the people, see the people, they come in and find out what our needs are, and they're just great folks.
Great folks who partner with you and your business.
Absolutely. I categorize James Imaging Systems as a partner because they come in, again, sit down, understand our needs, listen to what things are bothering us, obstacles that we have, and they help bring us really cost-effective solutions.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, digital transformation, and business technology expertise to help your business do business better.
That's huge for me and keeps us running smoothly, and we're able to focus on other things for this business.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
Join Cousins Club Rewards today. Grab your first sub and your next one could be free. After your first qualifying purchase, you'll earn a free sub and start collecting points for free food, exclusive deals, and even Cousins gear. Sign up today. It's fast and easier than ever on the Cousins Subs app. Earn points online, on the app, or in store. However you enjoy Cousins Subs, your rewards are right at your fingertips. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Oh, if you're looking to upgrade your windows, you can do it with my friends at Universal Windows Direct. They will hook you up. When I work with Universal Windows Direct, they have buy 2 windows, get 2 free. When you work with Universal Windows Direct right now, guess what? You get buy 4 windows, get 4 free. But on top of that, you can also get 48 months with 0% interest financing. Yes, you heard that right. That's 4 full years where you pay no interest, making this a perfect time to invest in your home without stretching your budget. 0% interest. That's crazy right now for 4 full years. Make sure your home is summer ready by working with my friends at Universal Windows Direct and calling them today for your free in-home estimate at 414-410-2000. That's 414-410-2000, or simply visiting universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
He's Kyle Wallace and Alex Strouf. We're hanging out with you live from Zócalo in Milwaukee, a rainy Zócalo right now with our friends from Michelob Ultra. World Cup watch parties every single day. Just an absolutely phenomenal vibe over here. We got food trucks, we've got outdoor bars, we've got the drinks flowing, the Michelob Ultras flowing, as people will be watching the World Cup all World Cup season long. All right, we're going to get to our buddy Bryan Bulaga coming up next segment ahead of the Homer Hour with Homer and Bryan Bulaga beginning at 5 o'clock. But first, Kyle, this just came across my desk, as a great American orator Ben Brust would say. So earlier this week, we had a little bit of a mix-up. We had a little bit of clip farming, as Micah Parsons called it.
We ain't had no mix-up. Who is we?
The NFL tweeted out a video promoting their top 100 players series. And within the who should be the number one player in the league question, it showed a clip of, Big Thunder.
No, that's called a motorcycle.
That's a motorcycle or is that Thunder?
You think a Thunder just consistently has a rumble like that?
I just thought it was a big thunder crash. That's all I heard. Anyway, I mean, it's pouring out. I wouldn't be that abnormal. But back to you.
Thunder. A motorcycle. Thunder. What a kid you had to be.
Yeah, ADD, man. It's a fun one.
You still hear it?
So, yeah, I do now. It's a motorcycle for sure.
What a thunder.
It's a motorcycle
crazy.
for sure. So earlier this week, the NFL tweeted out a video of their producers ahead of their Top 100 series coming out. Who should be the number one player in the league? For this Top 100 content. And Micah Parsons was in the video about 15 seconds in, and he said, yeah, Iceman. Micah Parsons then quote tweeted it and said, clip farming at its finest. I never called him the number one player in the league. And then they tweeted the whole video where Micah Parsons admittedly was very complimentary of Caleb, but then said, whether there's ice, there's fire, and I'm the fire.
Yeah, put it out.
Caleb was asked about Micah Parsons calling him the best player in football today, and here's what the Bears quarterback had to say about that fake news.
100. Just funny. Obviously, it's, good jokes. Obviously, we're football players and on opposite teams, so it's a little rivalry, but nothing taken to heart and things like that. He said he's fire and I'm ice, so see which one holds over.
Also, I think you said that you were the best player in football.
Yeah. It's cool.
Nothing else about that. Will you ever vote for Packers the best player?
Probably not, but that's on my side of how I do things. But obviously he's a phenomenal player. You worry about him every single snap. So framing me.
There you have it from the Bears quarterback.
I can't wait till Micah get back. It sucks that Mike is not going to be back for the Bears game, the first Bears game.
We don't know that for a fact, but it is trending that direction, it sounds.
And just being able to hunt his prey in Caleb Williams. That's what I wish we were going to be able to get. Because, I'm not mad at Caleb Williams for having that type of mentality. I ain't mad at it. But it doesn't endear him to me, but I'm not the audience that he's trying to endear himself to. I'm the anti-guy of anything that has to do Caleb Williams or the Indiana Bears.
I hate to say this, Kyle, but the Bears players are treating this rivalry a lot more significally than the Packers are, and they are on the winning side right now.
Because they've been getting their butts handed to
Caleb
them
Williams has only been there 2
decades.
years.
No, but overall as a team, when you come into town and you see this team just getting destroyed. Remember, Caleb Williams was a Packers fan growing up as well, so he claimed. And so when you see this franchise getting beat up by the big bad bully year after year after year after year, everybody hates the bully. And the Bears tried. Was it 11 straight times that they lost to the Packers?
Yeah, I think Matt LaFleur started 11-0 against them.
They tried over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And you think I'm exaggerating, but that was only 7 overs, and I can just keep going to beat the Packers, and they hadn't. So, yes, there's a lot of animosity. There's a lot of hate that the Bears have for the Green Bay Packers. And so that's why him having the mentality, I wouldn't vote for any of them. Yeah, you obviously there's Packers who are in the top 100. Matter of fact, there's a Packer at your position that's ahead of you in the top 100 when it comes out. I can tell you that. But, yeah, I ain't mad at the mentality, but it just – yeah, they should be mad about this whole rivalry because they've been the little brother of the little rivalry, been getting a little boy, getting son for years, for decades. So, yeah, I get why they're mad about it. The Packers players, until the Bears actually consistently beat the Packers, I don't, it's a game. It's a rivalry. It's a little bit more heightened, but they're not going to look at them the way that they look at us. That's just, we're not going to stoop down that to the level because we're not that type of organization.
But, Kyle.
We're better than them.
But, Kyle, recent history suggests that you're not.
Okay, you talking about last season or you talking about the 2 years where they beat us at the end of the game where Jordan Love didn't play?
I know. I mean, you can combine them both. How about that? They knocked you out of the playoffs last year.
Yeah, that's one season. But this is why you shouldn't look at one season and just all of a sudden say that it's going to be established. The Bears are going to be a good team. They are. but it doesn't guarantee that you're going to be consistent. You had a team like the Detroit Lions that literally have regressed over the last 3 seasons. They went from being in the NFC Championship game to being 15-2 during that season to getting knocked out in the playoffs to not making the playoffs. So just because you find success here doesn't mean it's going to be consistent success.
But here's
you
the
have
issue.
to prove it on the field. And so I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt because the damn Indiana Bears, formerly of Chicago soon, ain't proved nothing to me.
But, Kyle, the issue that you are not acknowledging is, yes, that is how fans view it maybe. Right, you were explaining the fan view. Bears fans who are your age, how old are you, like 35, 36?
Around that.
Bears fans who are that age, yes, all they're used to is getting pounded by the Packers.
Yeah.
But most of the players on the Bears roster have only been there for 2 years.
Yeah,
they have a winning record against the Packers.
Sure, that's cool and all, but I'm not.
But they still act like they hate them more.
Yeah, because they come into an organization, just like Tucker Kraft says, I love being a Packer.
Yes.
He loves being a Packer because of you feel it when you walk in. You talk about a small city where the town absolutely loves you. You're talking about a culture. You're talking about a history. You're talking about just the overall mystique of Green Bay. We have created this environment at Lambeau and Green Bay that we are this great organization where you get treated well and you feel welcome, right? In Chicago, that was an organization that was inconsistent, and they kept getting little boy by the Green Bay Packers. So when you walk in the door, and every single head coach, when they get hired, they focus on, we're going to beat those Green Bay Packers. Even in the whole meeting that they had about the Indiana Bears' future being in Hammond, Indiana, one of the council members said, I can't wait till the Chicago Bears come into Hammond, and I can't wait till they get here so I can watch the Packers beat the Chicago Bears. Everybody down in Chicago, even in Indiana, is focused on what the Bears are going to do against the Green Bay Packers. We ain't focused on them. We are looking for bigger things. So that is the difference, is that organization, they despise us. They hate us.
I hate them.
Because we have I hate Bears fans. I don't like the Bears whatsoever. But my hate comes from a different place if I want you to suck forever. Their hate comes from a place of we can't beat them.
Well, they can, and they have.
Okay, Strouf. So you take one season, and now all of a sudden you stress and you worry?
I'm not worried. The Bears players hate Packers players more than Packers players hate Bears.
Don't win games. Hate doesn't win games.
Right, but I'd rather have the attitude if that's the team who ended our season.
You think the Bears didn't hate us when we beat them 11 straight times? You think they was trying to beat us?
But
the
Kyle,
Bears made the playoffs.
Their roster has turned over pretty much in its entirety since that time.
Their roster is good, but Strouf, there is no guarantee that the roster that they have now is going to mean they're going to win a lot of games this year. We will see. I think they have good young talent. Their defense still has some holes in it, but I can't sit here and guarantee that a team that had 7 come from behind wins last year is all of a sudden going to be a juggernaut. I don't know. We will see, but I'm not giving the Chicago Bears the benefit of the doubt because they have not earned that, because all they've done in my lifetime is lose to my Green Bay Packers.
He's Kyle Wallace and Alex
I got a hands
Strouf.
up on their knees and then they're both on their thighs.
I got to tell you about I got to tell you about my friends over at Veer North, where we will be tomorrow ahead of the U.S. game from 2 to 5. Veer North on Milwaukee's East Side. It is an upscale sports bar. It's great for specialty cocktails, and the food is outstanding. There's TVs everywhere. So this is like a good spot for a date night, fellas. You're not bringing them to some sticky floor sports bar. This is upscale, but you could still watch the game, but it feels like you're on a romantic date night. It's an awesome spot. I brought my fiance there just a couple of weeks ago. Their cloud bread I mentioned earlier is terrific. They've got great pizza, great burgers. I love their wings. I was really impressed by how good those wings were at Veer North. Tomorrow is Friday. They got a late night happy hour from 10 p.m. until 1 a.m. That's on Friday and Saturday, late night happy hours. That'll be right after the U.S. game tomorrow, where we'll be hanging out at Veer North. Tomorrow on Milwaukee's East Side, veernorth.com for more information on specials and different things. And keep in mind, by the way, all summer long, they've got shuttles to Summerfest and Milwaukee baseball games. You can shuttle to and from those locations from Veer North at Milwaukee's East Side. So keep them in mind as the music festival kicks up next week. And, of course, Milwaukee baseball returns home shortly. We will wrap up Kyle and Brust live from Zócalo in Milwaukee. Coming up next with our buddy Bryan Bulaga, ahead of the Homer Hour. That's next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust.
Eleanor Roosevelt and Franklin D. Roosevelt.
They were kissing cousins?
They were cousins. You know that?
But were they kissing?
What do you mean they were married?
Yeah,
what do you mean?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Soccer fans, it's go time. The biggest tournament in the world is finally here, and ESPN Milwaukee is getting ready for Team USA at Veer North on Milwaukee's east side. Hey, it's Alex Strouf. Join Kyle Wallace and me for a live broadcast of Kyle and Brust Friday, June 12th as we pregame USA versus Paraguay from 2 to 5. That's at Veer North, Milwaukee's home for soccer. Great food, cold drinks, and the ultimate match day atmosphere. Grab your friends, wear your red, white, and blue, and kick off your Friday with us at Veer North on Milwaukee's east side.
The Brewers' annual Pride Night is coming up Friday, June 12th, and everyone's invited to keep the Pride Month party going at the ballpark, featuring special events highlighting Milwaukee's LGBTQ community, like a local makers market, a national anthem performance by pop duo Reina, and more Pride activities all around American Family Field. This year's Brewers' Pride Night is a party you don't want to miss. Grab your seats today at brewers.com/community nights.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high-alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local Fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
I can't raise my arms, I can't kneel down, which means I can't play with the kids, golf with the guys, or get through a workday without exhausting pain. Hey, it's Ben Brust, and I'm here to celebrate what you can do. And that's exactly what QC Kinetics patients are doing. Not bracing for the next jolt of pain, it's gone. They've moved on back to living their lives. You've heard me talk about Dr. Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics, and so many of you have been through their game-changing regenerative treatments done right in the office. No missing work, no surgery, no long recovery, the pain's back off. And we love hearing from you, how we here at ESPN Milwaukee helped you dig out from under that long list of can'ts and get back to living your best life. Go find out what you can do. It's a good life out there, folks. Go live it to the fullest. Get rid of that pain starting now. The consultation's totally free to see if you're a good candidate. Weekend appointments are available. Call 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is express entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction, Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs, on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Kyle and Brust continues live from Zócalo as the World Cup officially underway. We're here with our friends from Michelob Ultra on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Alex Strouf in for Ben Brust, your cousin sub of the day, alongside my buddy Kyle Wallace. Andrew Zimmel been running the show for us all afternoon back at the Gruber Lofts, one call, that's all studios in downtown Milwaukee. And joining us ahead of the Homer Hour in just a couple of minutes is our buddy Bryan Bulaga. Blue, how are we this fine Thursday opening day of the World Cup?
Oh, fantastic. How are you guys?
We're good. I mean, we're hanging out at Zócalo, and there was a huge crowd of Mexico fans here, so it's been an incredible atmosphere Now the rain's coming down, but before it was not. So it was really fun to be a part of this. But Ben mentioned it when he joined us on Monday. You're a huge soccer guy. This goes for the next month plus. Are you watching soccer kind of nonstop between now and then?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much just I'll watch as many games as humanly possible and kind of enjoy the show, man. This is probably my favorite tournament. Tournaments in season with club, with Champions League, that's all fun.
Yeah.
But how these are so back to back to back, I mean, it's amazing.
Now, you got into soccer because your sons play soccer?
My son does play soccer, yes. He does play soccer.
Are you going to be the next Antonio Freeman dad?
Alex Freeman? I don't. He's 11, so I don't know what. I don't look too far into it like that. He loves to play.
Good pedigree.
He's a pretty good player. I guess I don't know how to judge that. I think every parent thinks their kid's good, but I may be a little more realistic and harsh. So So the way I judge and the way I critique is maybe a little different than some other parents. We'll just put it that way.
I'll give you something to look into, Brian. I'll give you something to look into. The last 2 days at Packers minicamp, the 5th-round pick Jagger Burton has been taking first-team reps yesterday at right guard, today at left guard. Would you agree? You join in, as Homer would say, you join in my team? It's something to look into?
Yeah, I think it's something to look into because this is not the first time he's done it throughout camp. I remember earlier on in camp there were reports that he was doing it. So this is the second time around now that he has been doing that. And they're obviously seeing something they like in him from the standpoint of it being OTAs. I get it's not very realistic, but he must be coming along very well mentally and from a technique standpoint to be, getting first team reps. So yeah, I'm certainly going to be paying more attention to it.
Now, with that, would it be an indictment of the Packers' lack of depth, or do you think it's based off of talent? Because one thing that I was thinking about is I think he's going to have a good future with the Green Bay Packers, but also be talking about the fact that the Packers just lack depth from guys who they drafted or got as undrafted free agents over the last couple seasons.
Yeah, I mean, I think the lack of depth is certainly part of it, but I think this room needed competition. Like, it really did. And if a guy came in as a rookie, which he clearly has, and showed flashes, or maybe even more than flashes, he showed promise right away. He was going to get an opportunity, right? I mean, he's taking reps at right guard. Belton's only a second-year player. It's not like he would be replacing or taking reps off a 5-year veteran or something like that. He's taking reps off a guy that started, I don't know how many games at right guard, maybe 7 or 8. I don't know the total number, but they're creating competition in that room, which that room desperately needs because there isn't a lot of depth. Like, maybe there's 7 guys that could play, and that's including, this kid right now that's getting reps. So, yeah, I mean, part of it's depth, but I think it's also, competition needs to get this room kind of battle-tested and ready, and he's going to be part of that clearly this offseason.
Bryan Bulaga with us for a few more minutes on the Yuengling Guest Hotline here on Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin. Mandatory minicamp, like, how much should we actually take away, right? We did a game called Should I Read Into It? And it consisted of missed kicks by Trey Smack, the rookie kicker. It consisted of, I mentioned the Jagger Burton thing. We talked about all sorts of things. But how much can you really take away from this, in early June, Brian?
Calm them down.
Yeah, I don't say too much at this point. I don't think you should get carried away right now. Yeah, there's little tidbits that you like to see. What, the kicker missed more kicks this time around? Did he miss more?
There was an 11-on-11 drill today, 2-minute drill, and it showed that it was a 3-point deficit for the Packers offense. Love drove him down the field. There were 17 seconds left. It was 4th and 1 from, I think it was the 17 because it was a 35-yard kick, and he missed it. I'm not going to overread into LaFleur with 17 seconds left going or not going for it on 4th and 1, but I will read into an actual sort of live rep missing it from 35.
Yeah, I mean that's not the best rep. We'll put it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's clearly not his best moment or best rep. But I think we got to give the rookie kicker a little bit of time and a little bit of patience early on in this offseason, right? I think if we read too much into it right now, we're going to drive ourselves crazy. I think the only time we should really start looking into it is when preseason starts and those kicks actually count as points in a game. And that's my opinion.
Smart guy. Smart. Listen, Bryan Bulaga is smart.
Well, here's
He's
the thing.
smart.
I'm going to trust his opinion over yours every day.
I told
Kyle.
you the same
All
thing.
due respect. I appreciate your opinion always, Kyle.
No,
it's not that I don't
it's
disrespect
fine.
your opinion. It's just
no, Brian's
been around the block a little bit.
No, it's more valid. I just tried to let you know. But Brian, I'm glad Brian gave you that reassurance that you needed. You're fine now. August 11th is when you should pay.
Yeah, you're
September
right.
11th.
Brian, we'll be listening to you coming up next on the Homer Hour. Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys, take it easy.
And a big thanks to everybody at Zócalo and Michelob Ultra for having us out to kick off World Cup action.
Yeah, we back somewhere else tomorrow, too. Team USA coming up.
We'll be at Veer North tomorrow. Big thanks for coming along with us. The Homer Hour with Bryan Bulaga is up next on ESPN Wisconsin.
Well, we got a crash now on northbound 94. This is just about at Drexel. It's up on the left shoulder in the median.